Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal and Riverton. The smart way to roll.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey. Seven Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis. Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. Seven Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome to Thermopolis basketball here, visiting the Worland Warriors gym, ready for another matchup against kind of hopefully a rival that will be reignited here, as we were kind of in the opposite side of the conference against Worland for several years, and now back in their quadrant. So excited to see that, and especially only being 30 minutes away, kind of nice to have a close rival as well. So on paper, we have a good matchup here between the Lady Warriors and the Lady Bobcats, and you'll see they're all wearing their pink here as they're doing a cancer awareness night and here in Worland, and we'll be doing that as well in Thermopolis in a week for a senior night next Friday as well against the Level Bulldogs. And so, yeah, as we get ready here, I just again want to thank Gotchi for our pregame show. And those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO, and those of you spending some time watching us on YouTube and live stream with YO Today, appreciate you taking some time here. So let's get into it with our the Gotchi pregame show, and let's talk about the Edward Jones Keys to the Game presented by Travis Winger. So what do you have for us today?
Well, Kevin, as we've been doing the last couple of weeks, review a little bit of the stats. And as you mentioned, these girls' teams are pretty similar on paper. Thermopolis coming in tonight 2-15, Worland's 4-13 with one win against us. We played them on the 27th. And when you look at the stats across the board for the averages for the year, we're very even.
Yeah.
Where it fell off last time, when you look at it, their shooting percentage was up quite a bit comparative to us last time, and the biggest thing was the turnover differential. They normally average 25 turnovers a game for the season, and they only had 14 against us, where we averaged 23 and we had 24. So I think that turnover margin is going to be the biggest glaring piece. That and the free throw percentage margin were the biggest thing. So I think keys to the game, number one, we got to limit the turnovers, take care of the ball. Number two, we got to be effective with our defensive press. We've seen some changes that Coach V has put in the last couple of weeks, and I think with those changes, we'll see a little bit different look there. And then hopefully the transition game, we can kind of start running that a little bit. The girls possibly having Dazzlin Hunt back in the lineup a little bit tonight. We'll see how she plays, and then how her people who are subbing in or starting for her. I believe Ina King's got the starting spot for tonight. And then the thing we always kind of talk about is we tend to get into some foul trouble.
Right.
So if we can keep the fouls down and keep the free throw margin the same, I think those are going to be the things for us to be equal in this game. And hopefully, we should be competitive in.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, man, that a turnover is so big because every possession in a game, especially where you match up so closely with another team, it's just amazing how those possessions matter so much more, it seems like, in those situations. And when your turnovers then are turning into points for them, man, a game can get out of control real fast. And so, yeah, I hope the girls are able to kind of match what we saw the last couple weeks. I do really feel like they've just improved. Every week we've watched them, it seems like they've just done some great things, almost like we see a really good first half and then maybe a little fall off in a quarter, and then they come back. So again, like every coach would love 4 quarters put together back to back to back, just to put a complete game together. And again, this weekend really is squaring up for the girls to be a good weekend. Lander tomorrow, again, kind of in the same position as we are, win totals and on paper and everything too. So it's just, it'd be nice to see them go from paper to court and put it in reality.
Well, in the last couple of weeks, you mentioned the inconsistency with the quarters. It seems like our second quarter is our slump quarter.
Right.
And I think if Coach hopefully has got a plan to kind of ignite a little bit of passion and excitement going into that second quarter, because the last 2 games, if we could have erased that second quarter,
right,
we would have been the victor.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just ends up becoming a level of complacency. It's almost like you hang with the team, and then you're kind of like, oh, okay, I got this figured out. Let's just put it in cruise control. We'll just keep going as we're going. And then little adjustments made here or there, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, man, now it's out of control. So, so again, want to thank Edward Jones for their keys to the game presented by Travis Winger. And I don't think I did previous to us starting here, but I did want to introduce myself, Kevin Gerber, here with Travis Bomengen, as we've kind of started going here several games in a row now, and kind of gotten our feet wet, so we don't have any excuses now for the stumbles and bumbles. They still happen, but we're working through it. So appreciate you taking some time with us, and we will be right back with the conclusion of the Gotchi pregame show after this.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stands.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
All right, and welcome back to the Gotchi pregame show. Probably seeing a little bit different view for those of you watching on YouTube and Wild today. We're sitting courtside for the first time, so Travis has already been put on notice that his camera work's going to have to be on point today.
I'll try not to lose the game and get caught up, but I will be telling you there's going to be a little more work on this side. So.
Well, I will say I go back and rewatch them every once and again, and I love the sorry about the camera work there, because it definitely is hard. It's hard not to get caught up and watching the game, and then you forget what's happening here.
Well,
so
the key is just keep your hand on the handle.
That's right.
So if you take your hand off, then you're in trouble. If the hand's on there, it's a little easier to remember.
That's right. That's right. So again, we're just excited that Worland let us be part of this as well. As it's such an important thing with the pink out and the cancer awareness. It's such a prevalent thing. Everybody's been affected by it, either themselves or definitely know somebody that has. So I just appreciate these moments that we get to spend with these teams, and the teams take a platform that they're on, and not only get to play in a game that they love playing, but also get to spend some time acknowledging something more important than the game for sure. So again, thanks to Worland for letting us do that. And as we go here too, for those of you maybe from Worland or cheering for Worland watching tonight, if you're listening, I will do my best with the names as well. I'm a little more familiar with them than I am the first time we played, so excited to get after it here in a second. So we're going to take a quick break here from the Gotchi pregame show, and we'll come back with Sutherland's starting lineups.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Bomengen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
All right, and we're back here with the Gotchi pregame show, and as we're going through, you'll hear that they're going through their starting lineups, and that's presented by Sutherland's here. So for the Lady Cats, we have number 3, J.C. Bassey, number 5, Cameron Farrell, number 10, J.C. Owsley, number 11, Ina King, and number 23, Ruth Ann Johnson. Ina King starting again in place of the injured Dazzlin Hunt, but there is hopes that she'll be able to go a little bit here, a little bit to test out an injured ankle and see how she's able to do. So they're hopeful to get her at least going, and maybe get her full strength before she gets into regionals. For the Lady Warriors, starters are number 10, Naeli Aguayo, Taylor Simmons, Manaya Peterson, number 20, and number 23, Yaharaya Aguayo, and number 25, I have Mackenzie Ray, I believe, is going to be the starter, but they did announce number 12, Taylor Simmons as well. So looks like we're going to get started here. You'll see the Lady Warriors are out in their pink uniforms, so that's pretty cool to see some different uniforms out as well as they get ready to do this, and you'll see a lot of pink as the camera scans the crowd. Student section all in their pink as well, and the Lady Cats wearing their home white uniforms just again so that there's no confusion, I guess, out on the court. So as they get ready to tip, it'll be Ina King and Naeli Aguayo at the jump, and Ina King will get it, and she'll get it right into Cameron Farrell and pass it over to J.C. Bassey. She'll get it over to J.C. Owsley. Looks like Worland's going to start out in a man-to-man, and Lady Cats looked like maybe thought they were running a zone against them at first. So Ruth Ann Johnson starts off with a 3 from this corner, unable to get it. Aguayo ends up pulling it down. Naeli Aguayo does. And again, the last game we played, her sister, Yahariah, she really kind of took it to us. She was super aggressive, did a great job. So looks like there, JC Bassey got up on her and played tough, close enough defense anyways, was getting a 5 count and ended up getting a 5 count for dribbling around. So Bobcat basketball. JC Bassey ends up with it up at the top of the key. Gets it over to JC Owsley. Owsley looking inside at Ina King. She's going to pull up at the 15-foot and get her in the air. Ina King drives baseline. Nothing there. JC Owsley gets it. She looks to drive baseline as well. Ooh, a tough pass into Ina King. Almost got her hands on it. And then steal there by Mackenzie Ray. Ball comes into Yahariah Aguayo. Aguayo pass it over to her sister. She's going to drive in right-handed, go all the way in and up and is good. So Nayeli Aguayo. I'm going to probably cheat a little bit too, Travis, here as the announcer.
He's doing a good job. We can hear him now.
That's right. So might cheat there a little bit on names. Ruthie with it over in the corner. She'll pass it up to JC Bassey. Lady Cats really spread out here on the offense. Kind of need to start packing in a little bit more. Spread way out. It's going to be hard to attack here. JC Owsley with it in the corner. Looks to drive baseline. Little spin move. Kick out to Ina King up over her head, but it was tipped away by Manaya Peterson, so it will stay with the Lady Cats. Ruthie Johnson will take it out of bounds here. As one of the assistant coaches were giving a hard time to the ref about the call. Cameron will pass it over to JC Owsley. JC Owsley's going to drive it left-handed to the elbow there. Look to kick it back out to Ina King. Ina will get it to Ruthie Johnson. Ruthie's going to get them reset up and get into their offense here. She's looking for JC Owsley to pop out. She'll get it over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron will drive top of the key, get it to JC Owsley. JC Owsley looks a tough pass. I'm not sure.
Say they're almost forcing the ball too much, Kevin.
Yeah. Ruthie with a steal. Up and is good. So a great play there by Ruthie Johnson as she steals it away from Uriah Aguayo and gets a shot up. And JC Bassey steals it away. Oh, tough pass, a tough bounce pass across the court there, and is going to get stolen there by Uriah Aguayo. She's going to go up 1-on-4. Oh, blocking foul called on JC Bassey, but she did a great job of trying to set her feet and get a charge call and just didn't get it.
Well, and as you've kind of probably already alluded, if you're listening or watching, we're already losing that turnover battle. We've had 3 passes that just weren't good passes.
Right.
You know, they're trying to force the ball in, which getting the ball in isn't a bad idea, but they're forcing the ball. They got to move the ball a little bit more to create some openings to be able to get that ball in.
Yeah. I think they're being really patient until they're not. You know, it's like they're being real patient with the ball, and then all of a sudden they're kind of like, oh, no, I need to get it inside and forcing it in. So first shot by Aguayo was up and was no good. Second one is up, is no good as well. So Ruthie Johnson leaving off where she always does, in the top 10 in the state in rebounds per game, and has another couple here. Ruthie Johnson with a good 15-foot jumper from the elbow.
Around from the elbow of the free throw line.
Yeah, it was a great shot there, and no thought about it, just catch and shoot, which usually is a lot better shot. So ball is over in Taylor Simmons' hands. She'll get it over to Aguayo. Aguayo's going to dribble baseline. JC Bassey playing tough defense on her, but looks like the Aguayo sisters changed places here, and one's being more aggressive than the other. Shot is up and no good. Aguayo gets the rebound, passes it to her sister, drives in. Shot is up and is good by Yahariah. Yahira. Okay, got it. Appreciate my friend over there calling him out loud enough for us to hear. So, good elevator screen there.
No, JC Owsley, about 20-foot three-pointer from the top of the key.
That was great. That was a great play. So good to see them. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows Thermopolis with a 3-point lead, up 7-4. They're going to take a minute timeout. We're going to do the same. We'll be right back.
Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
All right, so it was just a 30-second timeout for us. So again, Lady Cats with a 3-point lead over the Lady Warriors, up 7-4. 4:23 left in this first quarter. So good answer here, starting off for Lady Cats, even with those turnovers, kind of getting a hang of it a little bit. They ran a great play there at the top. They set this elevator screen right at the free throw line, and it worked out just great. JC came through and had a wide open shot. So Nelly Aguayo with it, pass it over to Yahara. Driven to the left, pass it back to Nelly. Nelly drive with the left hand, up and is good. So
and they may have to look at that defensive assignment.
Yeah.
She's a little bit handy with the ball and has about 8 to 10 inches on JC Bassey.
Right, and JC definitely is going to have her hands full tonight. Oh, good look there from JC Owsley. Tried to get it into Cameron. Probably should have let that one go out of bounds, but Ina did hustle after it, and I guess if you're uncertain on who touched it last, it's better to go after it than not, but unable to get to it quite fast enough, so ball to the Lady Warriors. Nelly Aguayo with it up at the top of the key. She's going to pass it over to Manaya Peterson. She's going to drive right in.
Nice
no
move.
Defense there, really kind of let her go right by, drive in and up, so they'll take the 1-point lead, 8-7 over the Lady Cats. Owsley with it, will pass over to Cameron Farrell. Good head fake there, drive baseline, passes a baseline to JC Bassey. Up to Ina King through her hands. Ball will end up in Nelly Aguayo's hands. She's going to go up for the shot. Ruth Ann Johnson tries to block the shot. Got a lot of ball, but I think got her arm in the process and body. So that'll be a foul on Ruth Ann Johnson.
On number 23, Ruth Johnson. That's her first personal foul, second team foul.
With that being her first foul, good, but again, we want to keep her out of foul trouble. 3:21 left here in the first quarter. Free throw is up and is good for the first one. So Nelly has 5 points already, 5 of their 9 points here in the first quarter. So again, just seeing a little bit of a difference in their offensive attack this time. So saw something there with Nelly, and looks like she's gonna be the one to attack the rim today. And both free throws are up and good. So 6 quick points here for Nelly Aguayo. Pass over to Cameron. As the Lady Warriors set up a press here, but looks like the Lady Cats are gonna really be able to take care of it there. JC Owsley with a long 2, up, no good. Fight for the rebound there. Pass saved to Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruth Ann Johnson gets it. JC Owsley with the long 3, up and is no good. Ball ends up in Ray's hands. Back into Mackenzie Ray. She passed a great pass
nice
there.
Pass, cross court.
Shot is up, is no good by Peterson. Rebound there by Addison Rollins, and shot is up and no good. JC Owsley with the rebound. Oh, great move
nice
by Cameron
move.
Farrell.
Cameron Farrell jukes her at the middle of the key, goes right up and in.
Yeah, that was really pretty. Again, that was one of those no thought moves. Just let muscle memory take over there. So.
And JC Owsley got a kind of a reaching foul as she kind of bumped the cutter but grabbed the arm a little bit.
Yeah, I saw it. You could definitely see she was late on getting there. Oh, she was I thought she was lining up for free throws. All of a sudden, I was like, that was definitely not on the shot. And Ina King comes and tries to run through Peterson there.
Football move.
Yeah.
That is her first personal, fourth.
Tried to beat her to the spot and unfortunately did not, and couldn't slow herself down enough and ran right through her. So Lady Warriors ball right underneath the hoop. Kinsey Ray with a nice cut there. No touch, so it goes into the backcourt, but no touch, so no over and back there. Smart actually there by Aguayo to not even try to touch it initially, run it down. Peterson will pull up from 15 foot, free throw, shot is up, no good, and air ball hits the out of bounds line. So Lady Cats here get set up in their press breaker.
Well, the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Worland 10, Thermopolis 9 with 2:20 left in the first quarter.
Good, good pass there by Ruth Ann Johnson. JC Owsley just couldn't quite handle it. Pass over, a good ball movement there by the Lady Warriors. Aguayo unable to make it. Ball ends up in Cameron Farrell's hand. She's got 3-on-1. JC Owsley pull up jumper up, no good. JC Owsley or Bassey almost got that rebound. Ball then goes off of Manaya Peterson. Good pressure there by JC Bassey.
I tell you, Kevin, some of the times that we're taking that long 2 versus going in and taking the mid-range or that short 2, and I kind of wonder if you're going to be long, you might as well be behind the stripe.
Right. I agree.
Had a couple of those where I think they may want to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, and I think there too that is a difference in the foul count. They're being a little more aggressive to the rim. We're settling for 2-pointers. Oh, good pass there by J.C. Owsley. Pass into J.C. Bassey. Got poked away a little bit. J.C. tried to get her hands on it, but it goes out of bounds. So Lady Warriors ball. Looks like the Lady Cats are going to do a little, I thought they were going to do three-quarter court pressure, but just backed off to half court. Addison Rollins will bring the ball up, pass it over to Reese Sanford. Ball is stolen away. Cameron Farrell, left-hand layup up and is good. She made that look easy.
Lady Cats regain the lead 11-10 with 1:37 left in the first.
I don't even think she was breathing hard on that
No,
one. She gets another
there
steal
she goes,
here.
Same exact play, left-hand layup,
Yeah,
up and it's good. 13-10.
Yeah, what a great little run there. Just a couple steals and
they gave the score to the wrong team there.
Looks
Hopefully
like
they'll get
should
that
be,
corrected.
Yeah, it should be 12-9, and right now it shows 12-11 up on the
Should be
scoreboard.
13-10.
13-10. It looks like they knew that. It's just a quick 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here, Travis. So again, man, a complete difference in what we were seeing in the last game. Almost feel like maybe the Lady Cats came out maybe a little intimidated. It looked like they were a little intimidated, but they came out and playing a lot harder, being a lot more aggressive. Cameron Farrell with 6 points in this quarter, Ruthie with 4, and J.C. Owsley with 3. So good spreading the ball around and scoring. And as far as the Lady Warriors, Nelly Aguayo, she has 6 of their 10 points, and looks like there was a confusion with the score, but they got it all figured out, and we're good to go. So just a minute 26 after the timeout, and Lady Warriors will bring the ball up. So Coach Mortimer probably looking to try to work on their press break a little bit better. So. Oh, good pass there by Aguayo inside. Try to get it into Mackenzie Ray. Mackenzie Ray unable to handle the pass, and it goes out of bounds. So Dazzlin Hunt checks in with a minute here left in the fourth. Should test out that ankle a little bit and see how it is. Good pass in there. J.C. Owsley, she passed over to Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann thinks about the three, gets it to Dazzlin Hunt. Cameron Farrell get it with the top of the key. Pass it over to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley going to drive in. Good spin
nice
move.
Up nice job. Goes spins to her left, up and in with the bank shot from about 10 feet.
Man, that was pretty too. Both freshmen here putting on a little clinic on some of their ball handling skills. Aguayo with a tough shot. My goodness.
That was a really tough shot.
Yeah. Yahaira Aguayo, man, she just drove in, kind of fading away, high up off the glass. I didn't even hear her yell Kobe on that one, but she definitely could have. Oh, good. There's that elevator screen again. And
nice. J.C. Owsley, another 20-foot three from the top of the key. She's on fire tonight.
And man, I tell you, I've seen them run that elevator screen a number of times, but I don't know if they made an adjustment or if Worland just wasn't quite ready for it. But man, 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. Nayeli Aguayo goes up for the shot. Ina King comes down with the ball into Ruth Ann Johnson's hands. She's going to pass it to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin pass it over to Cameron Farrell. 6 seconds left here in the quarter. Pass over to Ina King. Gets it into Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt's going to pull up from 3, up, and
everything but in. Bank shot off the front, off the back, and rolls off the side.
That was like a double bank shot there. So good play there, and good to see Dazzlin Hunt out there. So end of the first quarter. Thermopolis leads 18-12 over the Lady Warriors, and we will be right back after this with the second quarter.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
As the second quarter is underway here. Lady Cats leading 18-12 after the first quarter. Good showing by them, good distribution by scoring as well, as we had 3 in scoring, but the freshmen really doing great. Ball is up. They are going to call over and back. I wasn't sure Lady Cats kind of got their hands on the ball on that pass, so I wasn't sure if they'd call that tip, but over and back on the Lady Warriors. Ruthie Johnson set to take it out, pass it into Cameron Farrell. Cameron's gonna drive to her right-hand side, get Cadence Bowman coming through that same screen. Not open on that one. Oh, a ball goes right through Ruth Ann Johnson's hands, kind of caught her in the face. Make the eyes water a little bit there.
I was going to say, she's blinking pretty heavy
yeah,
coming
that
back.
One doesn't feel very good, so.
Reporting in for Fox,
So Austin Slagle is going to come in, and JC Owsley as well going to get. JC got a quick break there at the end of the first quarter, and looks like they're going to get Cameron a quick one too, probably only a 30-second to a minute little break here. So I think Ruth Ann Johnson wishes Austin Slagle would have let her borrow that face mask. So on that pass, she still blinked it pretty hard. Madeline Glanz ends up with the ball. She'll pass it over to Taylor Simmons. Taylor Simmons goes up with a tough shot, no good. Cadence Bowman ends up with it. She'll get it into JC Owsley's hand. JC Owsley's going to bring it up. Coach Villa calling out a play here for the Lady Cats as they get set up here. JC Owsley dribbling. Oh, kind of lost control there, but able to get the ball into JC Bassey's hand. She's going to dribble out, hand off to Cadence Bowman. Pass it to JC Owsley. JC Owsley into Austin Slagle. Needs to square up to the basket. There we go. Pass over to JC Bassey. Coach Villa calling for a timeout, but they didn't hear him. Guayo ends up with the ball, passes it up to Madeline Glanz. Madeline Glanz going to bring it up, set up the Lady Warriors into their offense. Aguayo here, Naelia Aguayo going to drive again. Ruth Ann Johnson looks like she tried to steal that ball away. Is going to get hand check there.
That'll be her second foul. I'll tell you, Kevin, if when I'm out there coaching, if I'm on a timeout and they don't hear me, I get pretty loud and visible. Coach Villa was a little nicer than what I normally am.
I agree. Well, and that's one of those that you always, there's so many coaches now that have a play called 5 out. And so I know refs sometimes it takes a little bit more when they're calling it because they think they're calling a timeout or a 5 out. So. Aguayo with the ball at the top of the key here, passes it over to Simmons. Simmons going to get it into Glanz. Glanz is going to pass it back out to Aguayo. Going to pass it back into Glanz. Good steal there by Austin Slagle. Ends up in the hands of Cameron Farrell. And JC Owsley comes in, gets the ball. She's going to set up their offense. Pass over to Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman looks tough pass inside. Just not quite the pass they're looking for at that point.
Same thing they were doing at the beginning of the game, that forced entry pass.
Right. Shot. Long from Simmons up and is no good. Great rebound there by JC Bassey. Ends up getting her glasses knocked off, but it looks like that'll be a foul there on Madeline Glanz. That'll be actually their first team foul here. Dazzlin Hunt set to come back in, so she must have been feeling pretty good after that little, after that minute of try and see how it feels. Kind of when she's jogging, not a lot of limping there, but kind of, you know, when she has a minute to think about it, that hurts a little bit more. So. Be good to see her loosen it up a little bit. JC Owsley bringing the ball up for Lady Cats. 5:50 left in the second quarter here. Lady Cats still up 18-12. No scoring yet in this second quarter. Another tough jump pass there from Cadence Bowman as she tries to pass it into Dazzlin. Looks like Lady Cats. We're hoping it was their ball. I wasn't sure.
I thought it was.
Yeah, I did
came
too.
off of Worland. Yeah. I think they're going to correct the call.
That's
a
like
good.
it, yeah.
I like a reffing crew that's not afraid to have a conference and say, "Listen, I saw it. Yeah, that's a wrong call."
Yeah.
I respect that in those guys.
I appreciate that a lot. Definitely. I mean, we both know from the little bit of coaching that we've done that there's just times where you're like, "Hey, appreciate you taking a minute. You know, get it right, and then get it into the team's hands." So JC Owsley with it here at the top of the key. Looks like he's going to call for a timeout. Coach VA is. It's a quick 30-second timeout, but we'll take one as well. We'll be right back after this.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
All right, and we're back after a quick timeout here. Again, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 5:31 left in the second quarter. Worland Lady Warriors 12, Thermopolis Lady Cats 18. Pass over to Ina King. Ina King's going to get it and pass it up to Cadence Bowman up the top of the key. Cameron Farrell is set to check back into the game, so it'll be good to get her back in. She got a good rest, so she should be able to run out through the end of this half.
Have we had any scoring this half?
No scoring by either team.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're at the same score, and we're at 5 minutes left in the quarter, so after 3 minutes of play, no score for either team.
Yeah, JC Owsley with a great drive in there. She heard there needed to be some scoring, so she decided to create some foul there by Addison Rollins. It'll be her first foul, and JC Owsley will go to the line for 2. And you'll notice if you've been watching with us on YO Today and YouTube, JC Owsley has been number 21 most of this season, and they brought up some girls from the JV to play some varsity, and so she's in now number 10. So if you're watching, you'll know her as number 10. And she goes 1 of 2, misses the first, makes the second. So we have some scoring now. JC Bassey set to check back in for the Lady Cats as well. So Cameron Farrell putting a little bit of pressure on Aguayo. Good pressure there by Cameron Farrell, and Naily Aguayo dribbles it off her foot, kicks it out of bounds, so it'll go to Lady Cats. So JC Bassey checks in for Dazzlin Hunt. So again, it'll be good little test there, little minutes here and there, and what a great role Dazzlin's going to fill there as far as giving somebody a rest here too till she's back to some full strength.
Yeah, it's nice to have that 6-man on the bench come off with the experience and the leadership that she has.
Right. Cameron Farrell at the top of the key looks to set up. Oh, waits for JC Bassey, pass it over to the left, pass it down to Austin Slagle. Oh, great cut there. Just unable to get it in, passes it in, gets kind of knocked around. Austin Slagle with it again. She's going to look to pass it out to JC Owsley. Ball gets poked away there by Uriah Aguayo.
Well, they've got some better ball movement going right now, Kevin, and it's opening up some of those cuts that before they were trying to force it in, but they've seen a couple of wide open cuts, so hopefully the girls can get the ball moving and get it in there.
Well, and I think kind of standing still on those passes, and it'd be nice to see him take one hard dribble just to give him some room there too. Austin Slagle with it again. Good over-the-top pass. Cameron Farrell up, no good. And Peterson comes down with the ball, gets it into Aguayo's hands. Aguayo's going to set up the offense here for Lady Warriors. Passes over to Addison Rollins. She'll dribble up to the top of the key. Passes over to Glans. Glans is going to pass it into Nahariah Aguayo. She's going to force up a tough shot. Ball ends up in Ina's hands. Fortunately, she's not able to get it. Addison Rollins gets the ball, but then steps out of bounds after she gets the rebound. Ruthie Johnson checks back in for Austin Slagle.
Well, with 3:51 left on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Worland 12, Lady Bobcats 19.
Yeah, the Lady Cats leading an array of scoring 1-0 in the second quarter by both teams. But again, when you have the lead, you just want to try to keep it. So good move again by
wide open Johnson for 3. Oh, I thought it looked good.
Looked really good. Yeah,
it's a little bit long.
Oh, almost a steal by Cameron Farrell as her and Naily Aguayo run into each other, but Cameron Farrell showing her toughness. Definitely think she got the wind knocked out of her, but she's probably had that happen a time or two on some horses. So
horses are wrestling with a brother or something like that.
That's right. Cadence Bowman will check in for Cameron Farrell, make sure she's okay. So she comes off just to get checked out, but definitely saying she's good. So, man, I don't know. This courtside stuff might be kind of good. Get a whole new lookout on the game here. So, ball will be brought up by Taylor Simmons. Pass out to Addison Rollins. Addison Rollins goes up for a shot, long 3, up, no good. Ruthie Johnson ends up with it, gets it into JC Owsley. Owsley calling for play here. Should pass it over to Cadence Bowman. Great cut by JC Owsley, but would have been a tough entry pass. That's kind of the one they forced. Kind of the one they forced in there before too. Ruth Ann Johnson will pass it up to Cadence Bowman. Get it up to the top of the key here, JC Owsley. Coach Villa calling for a new play. JC Owsley short it long. Shot is up, no good, but ball will go off of Taylor Simmons and go out of bounds. Ruth Ann Johnson will set to get the ball underneath the Lady Cats hoop here. She calls for out of bounds play. JC Owsley gets the entry pass here. Gonna run, looking for an entry pass into Ruthie Johnson. Back out to Cadence Bowman. She'll pass it over to JC Owsley. JC Owsley will bring it back up to the top of the key. She has Addison Rollins guarding her here pretty tight. JC's gonna dribble in left hand. She's gonna need to look to pass here a second. She's gonna get a 5-second call, kind of a spin move, loses the ball to Mania Peterson, and Aguayo ends up with the ball. Shot is up and is good for Uriah Aguayo. JC Owsley bringing the ball back up, passes it over to Cadence Bowman. Looks like she'll pass it up to Ina King up the top of the key. Tough entry pass into JC Bazzi. JC Bazzi steps up to try to get the ball there. And in the process, Taylor Simmons runs through her and gets a foul call. So Cadence Bowman will take it out of bounds, call an out of bounds play. The cross court. Oh, should have been patient on that. I think JC Owsley was going to come free on the block there. Oh, tough pass from Ruth Ann Johnson, but JC Bassey, using her speed, runs it down. She'll drive through the middle of the key. Shot is up, no good. It ends up getting blocked by Mania Peterson. She comes down with the rebound. She'll pass it over to Taylor Simmons. Taylor Simmons will get it into Addison Rollins' hands. Tough pass in to Mania Peterson. Shot is up, back to Addison Rollins. Shot is up and is good. That was a tough shot.
Well, and we had appropriate position. If we had done the better footwork, we could have potentially drawn an offensive foul.
Right.
On that.
The basket by Addison Rollins.
And that'll be the seventh team foul. And that is the 7th team foul, but the shot was up and is good. So Addison will have a chance for an and one opportunity here as she shoots a free throw. Minute 47 left in the first half. Lady Cats with a 3-point lead now, 19-16. Lady Warriors a chance to get it into 2 points, but Addison Rollins with a violation there. She steps over the free throw line. So it's one possession game here for the Lady Cats' lead. Cameron Farrell with the ball, pass it over to Ruth Ann Johnson, back to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell's gonna look to dribble it through the middle, gets it back over to Ruth Ann Johnson, pass it to JC Owsley. And they patiently set up their offense, gets it into Cameron Farrell's hands. I like that. Cadence Bowman was open in the corner, but I think it'd be good to see them get their offense going, and because the shot could have gone up for sure, but not really what they needed right now. Good entry pass into JC Bassey. JC Bassey goes up. Shot is no good, but ball ends up.
Pass by Bassey over to Cameron Farrell.
That's right.
With a little bit of help from the Warriors.
That's right. For those of you listening on 101.7, it was a great pass. For those of you that maybe are watching, we just don't need to talk about what happened. All we know is Cameron Farrell ended up with the ball and she made it.
JC Bassey took the ball to the basket aggressively. Unfortunately, got kind of changed direction.
That's right. Cadence Bowman picks up her second foul. It's the 8th team foul. So Rollins will go to the line again for one-on-one. It was on the shot, I believe, so she'll actually have two shots here. First one is up and is good. So 3 points for Rollins here in the second quarter. 1:09 left in the first half here. Lady Cats with a 4-point lead, 21-17 over the Lady Warriors. Addison Rollins' second shot is up and is good as well. So 4 points for her. Leading all scorers in the second quarter right now is Addison Rollins. Cameron Farrell with a good pass up to Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman hustles, saves the ball, ends up in Rollins' hands again. She's going to bring the ball up. Under a minute now left in this first half. Pass it over to Aguayo. Nelly Aguayo with it. Hand it off to her sister. She'll drive in hard. Oh my goodness, tough shot up. Almost made that one. Offensive rebound by Mania Peterson, and she gets a putback and an and one opportunity. She's fouled by Ruthie Johnson, so that's going to be her third foul now as well.
19 foul. The basket by Mania Peterson is good.
So that brings it to a 1-point game now. Mania Peterson with an opportunity.
Not the way you wanted to finish the first half, Kevin.
And Mania Peterson has an opportunity to tie it here with 50 seconds exactly left here in the second quarter. Shot is up. She does just that. Lady Cats having that tough second quarter, being outscored 9-3 right now in this quarter. Tight ball game though. 43 seconds left. Pass it over to JC Owsley. JC Owsley drives it in. Pass it back to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell looking for a cutter there. JC Owsley going to drive in. Good outlet pass to Ina King. Ina King pass it into JC Bassey. Bassey, just tough for her to catch it inside and try to do something with it. Tries to pass it back out, gets stolen by Aguayo. And now Nieli's going to look like they might hang on to it just to get a final shot of the quarter. 15 seconds left here, second quarter. Passes it over to Taylor Simmons. Shot is up and is good by Addison Rollins again. So, man, she saw something here where she's really working to get a shot up. So 2.5 seconds left here in the first half. Looks like it's going to be a quick timeout by the timeout. Not sure.
I think it was injury timeout.
Okay.
So ref called the time to get to somebody with potentially a bloody nose out.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. All right, so Dazzlin Hunt comes into the game. Lady Cats down 21-23 to Lady Warriors. Dazzlin Hunt looks to pass it in, 2.5 seconds. JC Owsley ends up with it. Pass it up to JC Bassey. JC Bassey, long shot, gets blocked. The ball goes out of bounds. So into the first half shows Lady Warriors take a 23-21 lead over the Lady Bobcats. And again, appreciate those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO and those of you streaming live on YouTube and WYO Today. And we will be back right after this with Hot Springs Health halftime show and our One Eye Buffalo stats at the half.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing.
Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyomingen Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org. For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
All right, and we're back here with the Hot Springs Health halftime show as we look here. Lady Cats trailing the Lady Warriors 21-23. And again, that quarter, again, like you said, Travis, was just the second quarter curse for us. It's a tough quarter. It's kind of been the one that's been our Achilles heel so far. And the Lady Warriors outscoring Lady Cats 11-3 in that quarter. Addison Rollins really picking it up in that quarter. She scored 6 in that quarter. And so Lady Warriors kind of even across the board, 12 in the first quarter, 11 in the second. And then Lady Cats scoring 18. So coming out great, have a 6-point lead, and then only able to score 3 in that second quarter. So what do you see as far as your keys to the game? Like, what are you seeing kind of showing up here for the Lady Cats?
Well, we talked about turnovers, and we had to limit the turnovers. We started off behind, but end of the first quarter, first part of the second quarter, we are actually, I think, winning that turnover battle. We had some turnovers on our press, good transition baskets, kind of got us that lead. And then the end of the second quarter, once again, we started seeing some of those turnovers, trying to force that pass that really wasn't in there. So, like I say, I think we're close to even, so that's a lot better than we were last game if we can just kind of maintain that or clean it up for the second half. The press has been effective. We've had at least 6 points and transition points off that press, and I think if they can continue to do that and be effective with that, that'll help. Our transition game has been good. When we've been able to get out in front of them, we've been able to score majority of the time. Foul trouble, unfortunately, kind of the Achilles heel, and Ruthie's got 3 at halftime, and Cadence Bowman's got 2. So we're going to have to kind of be careful. But the nice thing is, we mentioned that Hunt is still out. She's come in, played a couple of 1 or 2 minute segments. Isn't really in the groove offensively, but you know, if the more she's in, and if Ruthie gets in trouble, it'd be nice to be able to utilize her a little bit in that the absence.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I think we're at this next half.
Yeah, agreed. And I think too, you know, I mean, that's just it, right? You need some big help from bench play as well. Any team does, and even to give those that are having good games and stuff, even to give them rest and everything as well. And I think that's where that second quarter maybe showed a little, you know, a little bit different rotations and things that kind of happened, whether it was foul trouble or just being tired. And so, yeah, kind of got them out of their groove a little bit. But, you know, hopefully they'll come out here in the third quarter. Ruthie can kind of stay out of foul trouble. It'd be great if she could play the whole third quarter without getting a foul and just play with those 3 fouls the whole quarter. But yeah, as we go through that, so again, Hot Springs Health halftime show will continue here and bring you the One-Eyed Buffalo stats for the game. And I'll get the Lady Warriors here real quick, Travis. And they have 4 on the board scoring. In the first quarter, we really saw Naelia Aguayo kind of go and attack the rim and everything, and she scored all 6 of her points in that first quarter. And then we saw a little bit of a change, and it seemed like then Addison Rollins came in, and then she did the same thing, really attacked, shot some deep shots that weren't going in, but it kind of made the Lady Cats have to be honest with that, and then found her able to drive and get to the rim, and she scored 6 points as well. Anaya Peterson had a bucket in each of the quarters and a free throw, so she has 5, and then Uriah Aguayo ended up with 6 points as well, a couple buckets in the first quarter and 1 in the second. So 3 of the girls with 6 points, 1 with 5. 4 total scores, nobody with any foul trouble at all. They only had 3 team fouls. Addison Rollins with 1, Madeline Glanz with 1, and Taylor Simmons, the only starter that ended up with a foul. So with that, they ended up with 23 points, 12 in the first, 11 in the second. How about our Lady Cats?
Well, Lady Cats, as you had mentioned earlier, first quarter did great. We had our 3 top scorers all scoring. And then into the second quarter, after scoring 18 points in that first quarter, we only scored 3. Cameron Farrell had the 1 layup, and then J.C. Owsley had 1 of 2 free throws. So J.C. ended the first half with a total of 9 points, Cameron Farrell 8 points, and then Ruth Ann Johnson had 4 points in the first quarter for Lady Cats, total of 21. I already kind of went over the foul count. We also have Ina King, J.C. Owsley, and J.C. Bassey, each with 1 foul, and we had a total of 8 fouls that half. Right. So definitely we over doubled their foul count.
Right. So that'll do it for the One-Eye Buffalo halftime stats, and we will finish up the Hot Springs Health halftime show right after this from our sponsor.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
All right, we're here to finish up the Hot Springs Health halftime show. Just a minute here left before the game gets going again, as the Lady Cats are warming up here for the second half, and Lady Warriors came out as well, ready to kind of get this second half going. Lady Cats trailing Lady Warriors 21-23, but hopefully, again, they'll come out, get a quick start, get us going as we start into this second half, Travis.
Well, and I just think, Kevin, if we can have our defense kind of fuel the offense, that kind of seems to be what works for these ladies. So hopefully Coach will allow them to start that press, maybe see if we can get a couple turnovers, some quick scores, and I think that's kind of what started the momentum rolling in that first quarter.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that will do it for the Hot Springs Health halftime show. We will be right back after this for the start of the third quarter.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back here for the start of the second half of Lady Bobcat basketball here in Worland as they go up against the Lady Warriors. Cameron Farrell with the ball at the top of the key. Both teams starting the same second half the way they started the game. JC Owsley with it at the top of the key. Pass it over to Cameron Farrell. She's going to bring it back up to the top of the key. Ina King working the high post there. JC Bassey gets it. Coach Villa hollering for him to start moving the ball a little bit more, a little bit quicker. Gets it to JC Owsley. See a little bit of good move there by JC Owsley. Tough shot up and over.
Wow,
that was
nice 12-foot jumper from the middle of the key.
Not real sure if she jumped, but she shot it right over the top of the outstretched hands of Aguayo.
Definitely in her face.
Yeah, without a doubt. So Naomi Aguayo will bring it up, pass it over to Simmons. Simmons passes it down into Peterson. Peterson passes it back out to Aguayo. Gets it back into the hands of Simmons. Simmons going to look to, yeah, I think there's a travel there. She kind of did a jump through the defense, and she'll get a travel call on her, so a turnover there. So exactly what the Lady Cats needed, a bucket to tie it and then cause a turnover. So good start here for the second half already. Cameron Farrell going to bring it up. Not really having any problem with the pressure the Lady Warriors are trying to bring to her. So again, thanks. Oh, there's that elevator screen again. Oh man, I thought maybe she'd go 3 for 3 on that.
From our angle, it looked good, but a little bit off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, it sure did. So ball ends up in Taylor Simmons' hands, and Ruth Ann Johnson will grab a hold of it and cause a jump ball. It's kind of a tough one, almost one it ended up okay, but you kind of want to just say, hey, leave that one alone. Yeah, no, don't pick up that
Go to the other end.
Yep. Ball ends up in Naomi Aguayo's hands. JC Bassey playing defense on her, passes it over to Peterson. Peterson's going to pass it across into Ray. Ray back out to Naomi Aguayo. Oh.
Deep three by Aguayo.
Yeah.
We don't need her getting warm if we're going to come out on top of this game.
No, that one had a little shooter's touch, hit the front of the rim, rolled right over the front and down. So they'll take a 3-point lead over the Lady Cats, 26-23. Double screen here for the Lady Cats. Cameron Farrell goes up and tries to go up with her left hand. She'll get fouled and have a chance at 2 free throws. So good attack there by Cameron Farrell.
Lady Warrior foul on number 12, Taylor Simmons.
The foul there is on Taylor Simmons. Only one for the Warriors to have more than one foul. That's just her second foul. So Cameron will go to the line. Her first free throw is up and is no good. Just rattles out of the rim. So she'll have a second opportunity here to score.
On Pinnacle Bank scoreboard with 6:10 left in the third quarter, Worland Lady Warriors are 26 and the Lady Cats 23.
Second shot is up and is no good as well. tough one to get. JC Owsley ends up with the ball, though. Looks like it got tipped by Ray a little bit on the shot. Rebound there by the Lady Warriors as Aguayo brings the ball in, and she's going to call a block. Looked like one ref maybe wanted to call the charge foul, but JC Bassey putting her body in harm's way as Yaira Aguayo was hustling through, and she'll go to the line to shoot too. 6 minutes exactly left here in this third quarter. Shot is up and is no good for Aguayo. So free throws not falling for either team right now.
Which, when you look at the stats for the year, that's not.
You're right. Yeah, yeah.
They're being consistent.
You're right. And Lady Warriors outscoring Lady Cats 3-2 in this quarter right now, which is just the difference in the game. Three-point lead here for Lady Warriors. Ina King gets the rebound on the second miss by Aguayo. Cameron Farrell will get it. She's going to drive it up the sideline, doing a good job of dribbling back out of pressure. Passes it forward, and Ray will end up getting a steal. Passes it to Nayeli Aguayo. JC Owsley doing a great job of stopping her. Yaira Aguayo will then get the ball. Good pass from Nayeli Aguayo into Manaya Peterson. And Manaya Peterson will get a bucket. So a 5-point lead now for Lady Warriors over to Lady Cats. Cameron Farrell passed it into Ina King. Ina King, good drive by Cameron Farrell. Left hand
Great
up
hand
and is
good. Ina King had the ball at the free throw line, handed off to a racing Farrell, who takes it up and in for a layup.
Nobody on Peterson as Peterson takes a three. Thought about it for a long time. It's usually not the shot that drops when you have that much time to think about it, but nothing but the bottom of the net, so that will give a 6-point lead to the Lady Warriors under 5 minutes here in the third quarter. JC Owsley will get the ball. One dribble, pass it over to Ruth Ann Johnson in the corner. Pass it to JC Owsley. Cameron Farrell will get him back and get him set up. Looks like Coach Villa needed to talk it over with the Lady Cats. So 4:46 left here in the third quarter. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows Lady Cats 25, Lady Warriors 31. They're going to take a 60-second timeout. We'll do the same.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Bomengen Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
All right, and we're back as plays underway. Cameron Farrell pass over to Owsley. Owsley to Ruth Ann, hands off to Cameron Farrell. Slagle ends up with it, pass it over to Ruth Ann. Ball kind of bobbled there by JC Owsley. She drives to the right. She's going to go up. A nice drive in and score by JC Owsley. Maybe number 10 suits her nicely.
I was going to say, that's Kelsey Plum's number.
There you
She's
go.
kind of playing like Kelsey Plum right now.
There you go. Aguayo with the ball at the top of the key. Good drive there as well.
Can't give her that. We have a nice drive, and you don't want to come down the floor and give them the same exact thing down the middle.
Yep, right down the middle, yep. Good pass into Ruth Ann Johnson. She's going to get it into JC Owsley. She thinks about the three, but decides against it. Get it to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell going to get him back, set up. Dribbling up, waiting for a cutter. Pass over to JC Bassey. Bassey gets it to Slagle in the corner. Pass it back up here. Lady Warriors out in a 3-2 zone here in this quarter. 3:40 left in the third quarter. 33-27. Pass from Cameron Farrell is up and stolen by Rollins. So full timeout here by Coach Mortimer for the Lady Warriors. So we'll take a 60-second timeout as well.
And Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
All right, and we're back here after the timeout. Lady Cats being outscored this third quarter 10-6 right now. Getting some good shots up, Travis, and doing a good job there, just defensively not being able to get stops like they need to.
Well, they just allowed penetration multiple times down the middle, and then a couple of wide open threes for the Lady Warriors. So Cats just need to step up the aggressiveness on the defense.
Oh, and Aguayo with another three, but Cameron Farrell contested that one. Ruth Ann Johnson with the ball. Looks like she will, as she has the ball, Nelly Aguayo reaches in for, looks like she ends up picking up a foul. Thought she just was getting a jump ball, but doesn't tie it up, gets a foul. So good hustle there by Ruthie Johnson. Gets it over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell back to Ruthie Johnson. Passes it over the top to Cameron. Cameron gets it back to the middle. She's going to have numbers. Oh, little floater inside. Mackenzie Ray able to block that shot. Peterson ends up with it, gets it into Rollins. Rollins up ahead to Aguayo. Aguayo's going to get him set up in their offense. Passes it inside. Good, tough move there by Peterson. Ray ends up with the rebound. Puts it up, is no good. Cameron Farrell with it. She's going to drive it in. Oh, a little late on the pass, but it looks like, oh, wow, they don't see a three-bounce rebound very often. Ruth Ann Johnson ends up with the ball, drives in. Looks like ball gets tipped as she tried to go up for the shot. Goes out of bounds, but yeah, like, everybody did a great job of boxing out, but nobody wanted to go get the ball. Dazzlin Hunt with the ball here, getting ready to pass it into Austin Sligo. She's going to pass it out to Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruthie with a 3, a 2 strong on that one. Rollins comes down with the rebound. And ball ends up in Aguayo's hands here. She'll pass it over to her sister, Naeli. Naeli will get it set up here for their offense. She's going to drive in. Kind of left off or pick up where she left off the first quarter there. Tries to drive in, shot is up, it's no good. Mackenzie Ray comes down with the rebound. She tries to put it up, and ball goes off the bottom of the backboard. Goes out of bounds, so Ina King's going to check in for Ruth Ann Johnson. Not saying anything about her fouls, so we're doing great.
You said we got 2 minutes left and we'll accomplish our goal.
That's right.
Oh, nice way
good
to split
move
the
there by
defense
Cameron
there.
Farrell. She drives in. JC Owsley, 15-foot jump shot from the elbow. Up's no good. Rebound there by Peterson, and she's going to pass it in. Cameron Farrell gets a rebound up with her left hand, and it is good.
Tell you what, Kevin, if I didn't know better, I'd say Cameron's a left-handed person just naturally, but we know she's not.
Yeah, I think she's 5 for 5 on her left-hand layup.
That's
so
what I mean.
That's well, all 10 of her points has come from. Oh, tough foul there. Let's see what happens here. Oh, they're going to call a foul on JC Owsley. JC Owsley did step in the way of Aguayo, but Aguayo, oh, they are going to call that on Aguayo. I thought they should, the way it
definitely looked like it from
I just didn't see him. Yeah, I didn't see him put his hand behind his head for an offensive foul, so I thought they were calling that on.
Well, and with both of them being number 10, you don't know which way it's going.
Right.
But the Bobcats do have possession of the ball, so that helps us.
That's right. Yep. Kevin Farrell will bring it down. Minute 35 of Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Lady Cats trailed 29-33 to Lady Warriors. Drive baseline there from Cameron. Ball will get knocked out of bounds by the Warriors, so Lady Cats keep it. JC Owsley going to take the ball out of bounds as Lady Cats get set up here for their out of bounds play. Pass it over to Ina King. Ina to Dazzlin. Dazzlin looks inside to JC Owsley. Bounce pass into Cameron Farrell. Back out to JC Owsley. 3 from the top of the key. Up, no good. And Peterson gets boxed out there, and we'll get the ball into Uriah Aguayo's hands. She's going to drive in right-handed. Again, splitting the difference there and forcing up a shot, but it does get bailed out. Looks like Austin Slagle.
That could have been a no call on the foul and a travel, but
agreed.
Second team foul. Reporting in for Worland will be number 3, Madeline Clance.
Looks like they called that foul on the floor, so no shots there, but Lady Warriors will take the ball out of bounds. Ball ends up into Reese Sanford's hands. She's going to pass it to Mackenzie Ray. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and as she tries to save it, so Lady Cats get the ball.
Well, nice thing watching Dazzlin Hunt, who's been in for a little bit. She's moving well on that ankle, so that kind of bodes well for things coming up the next week or two.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it'd be huge if the Lady Cats had come away with the win on, down her as well, not at full capacity anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Pass inside into Austin Slagle, good up and under. Pass out to JC Owsley. JC Owsley with a 3 up is no good. Rebound there by Madeline Glanz. I'd like to see Austin turn around and get that shot up if she gets it that deep into the paint. Aguayo drives in. We'll pass it over to Peterson. Peterson, good. Tries to kind of spin move there. Ends up losing control of the ball. Ball goes out of bounds. Looks like Dazzlin Hunt set to pass it in. Gets it into Cameron Farrell.
Bank scoreboard, 30 seconds left in the third. Worland 33, Thermopolis 29.
That's right. JC Owsley with a 15-foot jump shot up, no good, just short on her shots right now in this quarter. 20 seconds left, and Naomi Aguayo is going to drive in. A couple little extra steps, no call there though. Shot is up, no good. Austin Slagle comes down with the rebound, passes over to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin up to Cameron Farrell. Timeout. Oh, going to call a travel. I think when she caught it, she took some extra steps before she did. It was kind of a late whistle, so I thought he missed it and was going to get the timeout. But 5 seconds left here. Ruth Ann Johnson, we're just we're cheering for you. You have 5 seconds to make it through this third quarter. Don't pick up another foul.
Coach B is waving her. Get back. Get back.
Yep. Shot is going to go up and gets blocked by Dazzlin Hunt as Reese Sanford tries to shoot a shot up there at the end of the quarter. So into 3. Worland Lady Warriors 33, Thermopolis Lady Cats 29, and we will be back for the fourth and final quarter of this game right after this.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Lady Cats trailing by 4 to Lady Warriors. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Appreciate your sponsorship here. Ball gets into Cameron Farrell. Lady Cats being outscored just 10-8 in that quarter, but it does show them
nice
down now by 4
low.
Into Cameron, or into JC Owsley.
Yeah, down to JC Owsley on the block, turnaround bank shot in.
That's 15 points for JC Owsley, so doing a great job. Both the freshman girls doing a great job of scoring here in this game. Leading scorers for both teams, actually. JC now with 15 and Cameron with 12. Shot is up, no good by Worland, and Thermopolis ends up coming down. Cameron Farrell, top of the key. Pass it over to Ruth Ann Johnson. JC Bassey wide open. Going to pass on the 3, though. Going to look to get it over to JC Owsley. JC Owsley left wide open for the 3, and hers is up.
Drains the 3 just off the left side at the top of the key.
That's right. Gave
Nothing
it
but net.
just a little more oomph. She had just fallen a little bit short there in the third quarter. She just needed 8 minutes of warm-up time. Now she's ready to go. So Lady Cats now take a lead after 5 points by JC Owsley in this quarter. 34-33. Lady Cats are up. Ball ends up in Peterson's hands. She'll pass it inside to Aguayo. Shot is up, is no good. Ball ends up off of the Lady Cats, and Lady Warriors will take the ball out of bounds here. Jahaira Aguayo set to take the ball out of bounds. Pass it over here to the corner into Simmons. Simmons gets it back into Aguayo's hands. She'll drive baseline here. Another tough shot up. Contested shot there. Up, no good. Cameron Farrell with it as she comes down with it. Pass ahead to JC Bassey. Shot is up, no good. A lot of contact, but unfortunately, sometimes when you're the smaller of the two, they don't see that. Good hustle there by the Lady Cats. Peterson passes it up to Aguayo. Too hard, passes it up over her head. And,
not a pretty exchange, Kevin. There was a lot of contact on the Bobcats end, and the Lady Warriors just had about 2 or 3 passes in a row that weren't very pretty.
Right, and Mania Peterson had a really good chance there to get it up to Aguayo. Just got a little too excited, pass it a little too hard, goes out of bounds. Lady Cats ball. JC Bassey gonna dribble it up to the top of the key, pass it over to JC Owsley. JC Owsley setting up the offense here, gets it into Ina King. Nice move by Ina King. Drive just not quite hard enough. Up off the glass, no good. JC Owsley with the ball back in. Ruth Ann Johnson doing a great job of causing a turnover there. And JC Owsley ended up running down the loose ball. She'll drive in, pass it over to Cameron Farrell. Gonna set a screen for her. Dribble in with that left hand. Oh, right idea. Just again, just a tough angle. And then Ina King, just a little aggressive there as Mania Peterson's up with the steal. Yeah. And foul on
Cameron and Owsley had a great pick and roll, but just a little late on that pass. And as you mentioned, the angle was just not ideal.
Right. I almost would have liked seeing one more hard pass, towards us to then get a good pass in there. So Nelly Aguayo will bring the ball up with Cameron Farrell on her, and I agree with you. I think that's a good change by Coach Villa there too on having Cameron guard Aguayo a little bit closer in size and abilities here. A good defense there by Ruth Ann and JC Bassey, both seniors doing a great job there to cause a turnover, and JC ends up with it. Pass over to JC Owsley. Good cut there by Ruthie Johnson. Tough entry pass, but Ruth Ann Johnson gets it. Mackenzie Ray, who's had a number of blocks, does get all ball, but the ref's going to say that there was a hand on the hip there pushing underneath. That should serve first.
Yeah, hopefully we can get Ruthie on the scoreboard this half. I don't know that she's had anything this half, Kevin.
No, only really just the 2 freshmen, Farrell and Owsley, scoring all the points in the second half here. First one is up, bounces off the back of the rim a couple times, but no shooter's touch on that one. Unfortunately, it doesn't fall. So Ruth Ann will have a chance here again to give the Lady Cats a 2-point lead. And up and no good off the left-hand side of the rim. Ball ends up, but she'll get hustled down. That tough pass there from Lady Warriors. She'll get the ball. So it totally makes up for the missed free throws there when you can hustle down.
That's right.
Ball. So
Ruthie definitely is not one to not hustle. She'll
That's right.
give it 100% all the time.
Cameron,
another offensive board by JC Bassey on the backside.
Oh, a tough shot there by JC Owsley. Up and is no good, so Lady Warriors end up with it now. Gonna get it into Peterson. Peterson wide open again. Shot is up, is no good, but Ruth Ann Johnson with a good rebound there. She'll get it into Cameron Farrell's hands. So 4:30 left here. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Lady Cats up 34-33. Doing a great job here. Pass it over to Ina King. Ina over to Cameron Farrell, wide open, left wide open. Shot is up, off the rim, but Ruth Ann Johnson. Oh, are they going to call her for a foul there? Are they going to?
I don't think they should.
I
think they called Ray on that.
Yeah. Mackenzie Ray will pick up the foul on that one. All right. And so Ruth Ann Johnson again hustling down for the ball. So even Ruthie looked like she was apologizing for that one.
Okay, I thought it was their ball, but we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. That's right. And Ina King will get the ball, pass it over to Cameron Farrell. Looking to pass it back to the corner, but nothing's there. Good defense there by Aguayo, but Cameron Farrell able to get out of there. Gets it into JC Owsley's hand. JC surveying the floor here, looking for somebody open. She's going to drive in. Right-hand side loses the ball. And a little scrum on the floor here, try to get the ball. Mackenzie Ray ends up with it. She'll pass it over to Peterson. Coach Villa calling for the girls to get back. Aguayo's going to drive it in. Scoop shot. with the left hand. Shot
Ina
is
King
good.
just, if she would have left her feet down, it would have been fine, but she tried to shuffle as Aguayo went by and picks up the foul. So Aguayo's at the free throw line with a chance for an old-fashioned 3.
That's right.
Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Worland Lady Warriors 35 and Lady Bobcats 34.
That's Ina King's third foul as well, so Worland takes a 1-point lead. After that scoop shot there by Aguayo, and she has an opportunity to give them a 2-point lead here with a make free throw, and it is up, it is no good. Ina King comes down with it, gets it into JC Owsley's hands. 3:45 left, so Lady Cats are going to need a bucket here to get that lead back. Gets it into Ina King. Ina King waiting, passes it out to Cadence Bowman. Cadence getting a screen from Ina, pass it over to Cameron Farrell up at the top of the key, looking to set up her offense. Ooh, almost over and back as she stepped back. Cadence Bowman will get it, pass it over to JC Owsley. Again, they're playing long ways from the hoop right now, kind of getting forced out from where they probably would like to not be running their offense so far from the hoop. But get it into Ruthie Johnson's hands. She'll pass to Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman gets the ball over the top of her head and get over to Ina King through her hands, but into Cameron Farrell. So Cameron is going to set them up again here for the offense. Get into Cadence Bowman. Pass it to the corner. Ruthie, great pass.
Nice.
Oh, used the wrong hand. Good shot by Cameron Farrell. Just she was moving pretty fast. It was a tough shot. Up, no good. Lady Warriors come down with it. Aguayo now. Naeli has it. Pass over to her sister. Back to Naeli. Naeli to Rollins up at the top of the key. Shot is up and is good. That's a big one for Rollins.
Pretty shot. Lady Warriors now 38. Thermopolis 34. 2:36 left on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, that missed layup was tough. You kind of, it's like a 5-point turnaround there. You know, a miss bunny and then a make 3. And as Cameron Farrell drives hard to the left elbow, the foul there by Manaya Peterson. It's just her first one, but it is the 16th foul, so the Lady Cats will be shooting in the bonus any fouls after this. 2:26 left. So it'd be good to see an aggressive move here actually by the Lady Cats, so maybe they could get to the line on that. Cameron Farrell with the ball here. She's going to set them up in their offense. Aguayo playing good, tough defense on her as well. Oh, reaching in or a jump ball. Nope, nothing called there. So
I was surprised there wasn't a whistle one way or the other.
Ball ends up Cameron Farrell over to Bowman up to Owsley. Now Owsley going to drive in with her left hand, pass over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron going to drive in here. Oh, good move by Cameron. Left hand up, and it's good.
Well, and I think they just have a guarding mismatch right now with Aguayo guarding Farrell. Farrell's just too fast.
Yeah,
She's got too good at ball handles and drove right by Aguayo that time. So.
That's right. So looks like 38-35. 38-37, Lady Cats trailing just by 1 to Lady Warriors. 1:57 left here in the fourth quarter. So we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back after this.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
All right, and we're back here for the remainder of the fourth quarter here. Just 1:57 left in the fourth quarter. A little change here in the scoring. Lady Warriors 38, Lady Cats 36. Just a little mix up here. Maybe they're used to not scoring for the pink team, and they're having a hard time remembering where it goes. But 38-36, Lady Cats trailed just by 2. Great move there by Cameron Farrell, and it was, like you said, I think there was a little bit of mismatch, but that's what I love to see, especially this day and age in basketball, is exposing a mismatch there. And so Lady Cats showing as though they're going to do some pressure. They call off the dogs, and now Lady Warriors bring the ball up. Aguayo with the ball here. Cameron Farrell putting a little bit of pressure. Glands with the drive in. Ruth Ann Johnson is going to get a pushing foul here as she reached her hand in, tried to get a jump ball.
Thermopolis foul on number 24.
Aggressive play is not a bad thing, Kevin, but sometimes you just got to understand when it's the right time and not, and that just wasn't the best time.
And it looks like actually it wasn't Ruthie that fouled, it was Cadence Bowman. So Cadence Bowman must have came in and put her hands on there. Shot is up and good by Rollins.
Rollins has had a few key shots in the fourth quarter.
And she's coming in off the bench, and man, she's doing a great job. 5 points for her off the bench. A good pass there. JC Owsley up, and it's good. Great shot by JC Owsley.
Cameron Farrow's at the top of the key. Owsley cuts from the right side, gets it to her at the block, up and in, fouled for potential old-time three-point play. Thermopolis currently 38 after the main basket. Worland 40 with 1:29 left on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, JC Owsley a chance to get it to a one-point game here with 1:29 left to be huge. Shot is up, no good. But Ina King comes back down to the
board,
goes up, no good. Ruth Ann Johnson with it, puts it on the ground. Ina with it back. Ooh, a lot of contact there. No foul called. Ruthie ends up with the ball, but they're going to call her for her fourth foul. That's just will be the team's sixth foul, it looks like.
At this point, you just got to leave her in, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
End of the game, minute 20 left. She's got 4 fouls, but you can't afford not to have her in.
Right, and the Lady Cats have done a great job not fouling. They just have 16 fouls, a minute 20 left, down by 2, like 3 amazing opportunities to tie the game right there.
Just they needed to plant, get a good base, and go up strong rather than just
panicked
quick.
a little,
Yeah,
a little bit and shot it. So Rollins with the ball there, passes up the shot. JC Bassey putting some good pressure on. Oh, it could have been a travel there. Guayo passes it into Mackenzie Ray. Not sure if they're going to call a foul on Ina King or on Mackenzie
Ray.
Ray.
It's going to come from.
Oh no, they are going to call that against number 20, Mania Peterson, as she picks up her second. So Ina King's going to have an opportunity to shoot 2 free throw or a one-on-one here.
I would love to say she's our best free throw shooter, Kevin, but that is not the case.
Oh, that's unfortunate, but this is the time for her to
prove her
worth.
Let's prove it right now.
No matter what the percentage is of your makes, this is the time to prove that percentage is the one working right now. Up and good. Oh, I thought it was good and no good. Oh, Ruthie almost with the offensive board there. Ball goes out of bounds off of her. So front end of the one-on-one there for Ina King. Still just 3 Lady Cats in the scorebook here. Calling for some pressure. Lady Cats needing to put some ball pressure on with just a minute 2 left. Ruth Ann Johnson with the steal. She's going to drive it down the middle. Does a good job of getting this set up. No need to rush. Oh, JC Owsley step back. Ruth Ann Johnson with another board, and she's going to get pushed from the back. So our best free throw shooter now at the line with 51.7 seconds, down 40-38. Foul is against Mackenzie Ray. That'll be her 3rd foul. And now Ruth Ann Johnson just doing a great job of just hustling after the ball. She gets the steal at half court, gets the ball. Notice she didn't have numbers, got the ball back out. JC Owsley, who's been there, is their leading scorer. She gets it, takes a little step back 3, unable to make it. She still works hard, gets that rebound. Now has an opportunity at a free throw. First one is off the front of the rim. Up is no good. JC Owsley fighting for it against Mania Peterson. Peterson's going to get it. She's going to drive up here, and it looks like the Lady Warriors are going to take a timeout. We're going to take a quick one as well. 45.1 seconds left. Lady Warriors 40, Lady Cats 38. We'll be back right after this.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
All right, and we're back here. Just 45.1 seconds left here in the game. Worland Warriors calling the timeout. So Lady Cats opportunity here for some big plays to try to get the ball back. It'll be interesting to see here if they decide to play it straight up or if they do go for the foul. They do have 16 fouls, so their next foul will send someone to the line. They'll look to get the ball inbound to Glanz. Glanz is going to drive baseline. JC Bassi on. It looks like they're going to play it straight up.
Ooh,
and she's going to have a travel call on
turnover.
her. So just 3 seconds barely taken off the clock there. 41.8 seconds left. 40-38. Lady Cats going to have some pressure here from the Lady Warriors. They're going to try to get the ball in. Oh, that's a tough pass. Oh, but JC Owsley ends up with it. She's going to drive in here. She's going to pull up. 10-foot jumper.
Wow.
It hits off the back of the rim, drops in. JC Owsley with the shot. Tied ball game. Bassi with the ball. Pass it up to Owsley. Misses the shot. JC Bassi with the steal again to Owsley. Up. Oh, my God. JC Owsley up. Oh, no shot. He's calling. Oh, and a timeout by Coach Villa. With 20.5 seconds left.
Unreal. JC Bassi got the offensive board, falling out of bounds, throws it to JC Owsley 2 different times. Owsley misses 2 shots, gets the rebound, goes up. Looks like she was fouled, but I don't know when they called the timeout, and if I don't know. There was a lot happening.
There was a lot happening, and the whistle happened right at the time JC was going up for the shot, so everybody but 2 people, I think, thought that it was an and-one opportunity, but the ref and the coach heard the timeout, so unfortunately the basket does not count, but that play right there, 100% is JC Bassi and JC Bassi only, because she flat flew around to go get the ball. And
2 times, same exact play, falling out of bounds, throws it into Owsley, up, miss, rebound, and then timeout.
Oh man, that was a great play. So a timeout here by the Lady Cats, but ball game's tied. So an opportunity here for Coach Villa to call a great out of bounds play. Not a lot of time left. They have the clock running down right now for the timeout, so I can't remember exactly how much time's left, but there's not a lot. So an opportunity here for the Lady Cats to get a shot. So 20.5 seconds left. Ball game's tied at 40-40. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard here is an exciting one. Pass it out to Ruthie Johnson. She'll get it to Cameron Farrell. Cameron looking to get it to JC Owsley. Coach Villa looking to, Cameron Farrell going to have an opportunity. She's going to drive it in. Great pass over to Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruthie shot up, no good. Aguayo's going to get, they're going to call a timeout here. Aguayo's going to get the rebound, being very smart. Naily Aguayo smartly gets the rebound and then calls a timeout. Now they'll have to go the full length of the court with 4.1 seconds left to try to get a shot up. And we'll see what happens. So we have a minute timeout. We'll do the same and we'll be right back.
When is a pedestrian?
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing.
Walk on a pathway instead of the road. Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Bomengen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit storytelleryo.com or swing by.
All right, and we're back here for the end here of the game. Sorry if I cut that commercial off for just a second. Nobody deep. They're going to try to pass it in. They're going to get into Mania Peterson. She double dribbles. Clock ran an awful long time. It'll be interesting to see if they add some time on to it.
They should give her like 1 more second.
All right.
It would be nice to have 2.3 seconds instead of 1.3, Kevin.
Yeah. Definitely heard the timeout, and I looked up, and some extra time definitely ran off the clock, but looks like they're going to keep it where it is. 30-second timeout, and so 1.3 seconds left, which is fine. That gives them plenty of time to still catch, get a shot off. Don't really want to see a dribble or anything. You want to see them catch it and shoot it. So I always feel like if you get the girl going to the hoop, not going away from the hoop, that's always huge as well.
Well, and a chance for a foul. So if you're the Worland coach, don't foul. But if you're the Thermop coach, hopefully you're creating a play to get the ball in to where a little bit better chance for that foul in case it's not a great shot type of a situation.
Well, no, it's interesting because I think Coach Weinberger, one of the assistants here for Coach Villa and the Lady Cats, I think he's calling for some more time, and I agree with you. Because like I said, I heard it, and I looked up to see how much time, and I saw that go down a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see if they took a look at it or not.
Well, and that's
either.
what they're having a conference right now. I do like this reffing crew because they will get together, talk about it, and hopefully they'll make the right decision. But I mean, it'd be nice even to have a half of a second more in regards to catch, turn, and shoot versus catch and kind of hook shot.
And I hope they recognize how long 1.3 seconds really is. Oh, here they go. They will add 0.7 seconds left. So you got your half second plus. So that's good. And so they're going to go to 2 seconds here. They're going to go to 2 seconds here. Coach Mortimer not liking the call, but I agree with the refs. I think it was good to see them come. So again, hopefully we'll get a good play here. They're going to look to pass it to Owsley in the corner. Why not? She scored the most. She's going to have a tough shot. Shot is up.
Oh, good! Oh my goodness! J.C. Owsley, a deep three with the girl in her face. Bank shot 3.
Oh, that was.
Lady Bobcats will walk off with a 43-40 win in the Worland Gymnasium. The Lady Cats are going crazy. Everybody's giving J.C. Owsley a hug, and I'll tell you, I don't think we're going to have much of an argument in regards to who's the player of the game tonight, Kevin.
And that was amazing. And I mean, that was not an easy shot because she caught it in the corner, was coming away from the rim, shoots it, a fadeaway. I mean, that's a shot you're going to remember always.
Forever,
and,
the rest of her life from that standpoint.
Awesome.
Well, and the nice thing is, Kevin, we still have 3 more years of watching her in this gymnasium, and hopefully we can see another good game like that with a buzzer beater. But wow, congratulations, Lady Cats.
That was awesome. 43-40, they win the game on the buzzer. And even excitement, it's fun to look across and see pretty proud dad over there as well, wiping some tears away as well. So good for him as well. We're going to take a quick break after that excitement. Apologize if you had to turn your speakers down a little bit during that as well. But we're going to take a little bit of a break and have a post-game show after. We'll be right back.
In Thermopolis.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis. A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
All right, we're back here for the Click It or Ticket post-game show. We're kind of in a tough spot here with the camera, just as they're announcing some of the indoor track and the cheerleading seniors here at the end of the game. So we're going to do our post-game show here and just talk about what a super exciting game. Fun to see J.C. Owsley hit that three at the end. Just see the crowd go crazy. Lady Cats, I mean, it's a huge win for them. Just their third win, but to get a big win in the conference and again, just to kind of get some redemption too after kind of coming and not playing the best against them the first time and coming back and having a great game at the end. J.C. Owsley scoring 12 of her points just in that quarter. Doing a great job. They scored 14 in the quarter. She scored 12 with that three at the end. I mean, again, I imagine we'll see that one pop up a few times over this week of them hitting it and making it off the backboard. So, Travis, what do you think watching that game?
Just as you and I talked about, Kevin, what a great game. I mean, this game was a lot more of what I expected the first game to be. Not necessarily that we win, but it was a close game the whole time. I mean, Bobcats kind of pulled their, second quarter slump, and but then were able to rally back. And I'll tell you what, Kevin, I just can't speak highly enough of the freshman confidence and their presence tonight with that. Ruth Ann Johnson on the defensive end, we would not have won the game without her, no doubt. She was crashing the boards and all of that, but the freshman on the offensive end, they just had no fear, taking good shots. We saw some great pick and rolls. We saw a couple of great give and goes, backdoor cuts. They took advantage of some mismatches, and J.C. Owsley was on fire from outside. She had a slump in the third quarter. I think she missed 3, but other than that, I don't know that she missed very many of those, Kevin, including that bank shot, moving at the end, 2 girls' hands in her face shot for the win.
That's right. That's the one that you practice in the backyard over and over to yourself.
3, 2, 1.
And shoots it up. And thank goodness, again, they put a little bit of time back on the clock, which I agree with wholeheartedly. I think it was the right call to get it back. Got 2 seconds on the clock. Gave her just enough chance to catch that ball, put it on the ground, and then shoot a shot. I mean,
it didn't go
great.
0 long after it left her hand. The ball was in the air a long time, and I thought it was long.
Yeah.
But she banked it in, and like I say, nothing but net on the bank. And the bank, it's late at night, but the bank was still open at the Warrior gym.
That's right. It was a tough shot. So again, as we continue the Click It or Ticket post-game show here, let's go ahead and move into the Wanted Buffalo post-game stats as well. Again, appreciate all of our sponsors for all that they do for us as well, because this wouldn't happen if they weren't here as well. And not only that, but those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO, appreciate you taking some time on a Thursday evening and listening to us, and those of you streaming live on Wild Today on YouTube. Also, if you are watching that today and want to know any other games coming on, go ahead and click that bell. That'll give you a notification whenever we start games, and then let you know the games that we have going. Tomorrow we'll be headed over to Lander to play another tough opponent over there. Lady Cats have another great opportunity to play them as well, as I believe the Lady Tigers have only won a couple, 2 or 3 games as well. So excited for that as well. So as we look at the post-game stats, I'm trying to decide which one I'll give you, but I'll give you the Lady Cats.
I can't pronounce some of the Warriors names. So thank you.
Really a great game. Addison Rollins, who comes off the bench, she really stepped up in the second and fourth quarter. She actually had double digits. Actually, the Lady Warriors had 3 in double digits. So good spread around play by the girls there for sure. Leading the way again is Yahara Aguayo, who ended up scoring 13, just kind of even across the board every quarter, just showing how her presence, working hard and everything. She did struggle from the line. She went 0 of 5 from the free throw line. And then with 11 points is Addison Rollins again. Huge second quarter and fourth quarter. She ended up with 6 in the second, had another 5 in the fourth, so really did most of the scoring for the Lady Warriors, who only scored 7 in the fourth, a lot of those coming from Rollins. Mania Peterson also added 10 for the Lady Warriors, and then the scoring is rounded out with Nayeli Aguayo, who scored 6 points, all 6 of those points in the first quarter. Changing of assignment there by Coach Villa, putting Farrell on her instead of Bassie, which I think was really good, and that was a good adjustment, and that's their 40 points. No one really had any foul trouble with them, and so let's talk about those Lady Cats and where the scoring came from.
Well, great win.
Yes.
Hats off to the Cats, no argument there, but I don't necessarily like our scoring distribution. Right. We only had 3 girls on the scoreboard. 2 of them with double digits, 1 with 4, but the rest of the starters, we didn't have any offensive production from Ina King or J.C. Bassie, and Charlie Slagle or Austin Slagle was in there a little bit tonight, had some opportunities. So although we did win, I think going forward, in order for us to see more success, Kevin, they're going to have a little bit more balanced scoring, or at least have 2 or 3 other people on the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, anytime you can get more balanced scoring, it's good. You love these games when somebody a couple of the teams really take off, or a couple of the players take off and step up for the team. It's good to see a couple of them do it, not just one as well. So like to see that, but yeah, you definitely want to see more than 3 of your players. Minus the first quarter, only the 2 freshmen scored in the second, third, and fourth quarter. Again, a lot of that scoring coming from J.C. Owsley in the fourth quarter. But yeah, you want to see a little bit more scoring production. But again, I think you're huge in saying, like, you know, having that scoring production at the end. It's huge for those freshmen. But yeah, I mean, you know, again, we've coached before, so you want to take the win, but you also want to say, okay, where can we improve? And that'll be huge. So
well, and I think as we break down the specifics, you mentioned it exactly. I mean, J.C. Owsley, we had 14 points in the fourth quarter, and 12 of those points came from J.C. Owsley, hitting 2 threes, and obviously the last one being that last second three with 2 seconds left on the clock. Bank shot 2 girls in her face. I mean, just an amazing thing. But the thing I did like to see is some of the combination play with the freshmen. We saw some great give and goes, a couple pick and rolls, a couple backdoor cuts from that standpoint on the offensive board. So we had Cameron Farrell had a total of 14 points. J.C. Owsley rounded out the game with 25, and Ruth Ann Johnson 4 points. Fortunately, tonight we did not have anybody foul out. Ruth Ann got through the third quarter. That was your goal, and she accomplished that goal. She did pick up the fourth with a minute 20 left in the game, but Coach smartly left her in because without her, Kevin, it wouldn't have happened. And then J.C. Owsley, again, not on the scorebooks, but without her presence in that last sequence where double offensive board, getting the rebound, getting the ball back in, they maintained possession. I mean, it was, everybody had a great contribution tonight that was on the floor.
Yeah, and I think that gets lost a lot of times. You know, in a win, it's easy to look at a score sheet and say, hey, this is who scored. So obviously they had the best game or whatever. But yeah, if those two seniors didn't step up the way they did, especially in those last few possessions, and I mean, again, if you have a chance to go back and at least watch J.C. Bassey, how much she hustled in
with her
that
size,
one possession.
The shortest girl on the
Absolutely.
court, 2 offensive boards back to back, down in the below the block. I mean, that was just an impressive sequence. Falling out of bounds, tossing it to her teammate both times. I mean, it just, what a great great job.
Giving them an opportunity, and again, getting the ball into the scorer's hands. It's a great thing, and Ruthie also was hustling after the boards as well, got on the boards a lot, like you said. So we're going to wrap this up. That's the One-Eye Buffalo stats of the game. I imagine you can figure it out real quick. Our players of the game, Papa Murphy's player of the game goes to J.C. Owsley, and the Gatorade player of the game will go to Cameron Farrell. So good job to those freshmen. That'll wrap it up real quick, and we're right here, and we are going to go right into, how about we just go right into our pregame show for the boys. So what do you have here for our Edwards-Jones keys to the game?
Well, Kevin, as we talk about stats, as we get into the keys to the game, unfortunately the paper comparison is ugly. The Thermopolis Bobcats come in 4-14 on the season, where the Worland Warriors come in 14-3. So kind of a flipped record there. When we look at the big differences in these teams, the Warriors, they just shoot better, both a 3-point, 2-point, and we do outshoot them at the free throw line, but they're scoring 60 points a game. We're scoring 50 points a game. We do out-rebound them, but our turnover margin, again, is 18-12. Now, last time we played, their shooting was above their average and ours was well below. So hopefully tonight, if we can come in and at least shoot what our normal is, and for regards to percentage, it'll be a little bit closer. But the turnover margin was a difference of 7, Kevin, and that score of that game was 41-67. So hopefully, I'm hopeful that as we come into this last stretch, getting into our last conference run, number one, that coach has kind of got the chemistry figured out. He's got the seniors back in the starting lineup, which I like to see. You know, I think they're doing a good job leading. We need a couple of them to kind of pick up their scoring production. That's kind of been the big problem in the last 3 to 4 weeks, is plays picking up, but the scoring really hasn't. So I think that's going to be key. Number 2 is we got to have points on the board. Number 3, we talked about it a little bit before, is taking care of the ball. If you're turning the ball over 7 more times a game, that's potential for 14 more points. That hurts. And then lastly, the last couple games, we've had some players getting into some foul trouble, and kind of hurt us towards the end in the last game, where we had an opportunity to potentially win that game.
Right. No, and I mean, I agree with you all on that. I think it's huge for us to come out, and I mean, again, you're playing against a, you know, Wyo Prep's number 2 team in the state, go and meet Lander tomorrow, and they're number 4. And so this is a huge stretch of games here where they can really prove what they've got going. And yeah, I'm excited to see what they have in store for this game. It'll be good for those seniors, like you said, to step up. And I agree. I think they've stepped up in their play. Just need to see the scoring like they've had in the past. You know, Cord's been their leading scorer over the last several games, and there's nothing wrong with that for sure. I'd just like to see Gavin and McCoy get in on the offensive side of it a little bit again as well. And so, again, we're here in the Worland Warriors gymnasium for a pink out game, as there's attention to the cancer prevention, and just, again, really appreciate seeing this. Bobcats are going to wear their black uniforms. It looks like Warriors are going to be in their white uniforms. So as they come in off the court, we have 1 minute before the game gets ready to start. So I want to thank Edward Jones with the keys to the game presented by Travis Winger. And then we will wrap up the Gotchi pregame show with our Sutherland's starters.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
All right, and we're here for the end of the pregame show here, presented by Gotchi, and we're going to do the Sutherland starters of the game. For the Bobcats here, we got number 0, Jet Longwell, number 2, McCoy Longwell, number 10, Hadley Johnson, number 11 Gavin Shumway, and number 12, Cord Simmerall. For the Warriors, we have number 0, Kate Weber, number 11, Brock Duzanis, number 24, Court Gonzalez, number 30, Carter Clark, and number 33, Landon Gilmore. And again, the last time we were up against these Warriors, they kind of took it to us, and so we're really hoping for it was a tough game for the Bobcats, but again, you never know when a team's going to show up and when they're going to have their game and when their kind of confidence comes back and everything, and that's what we're really hoping to see with the Bobcats here as they get ready to play the Worland Warriors.
Well, and the thing, Kevin, it isn't a super strong rivalry yet. It has been a rivalry just because they're our next-door neighbors and that, and I was hoping for a little bit better game last time, and so maybe the girls' end of the game result might give these guys a little bit of confidence, maybe a little bit of momentum starting this game right off.
Yeah, no, it would be great. And again, the Warriors, they come out in their white uniforms, but they do have the pink name Warriors on the back with their numbers, so again, kind of a cool thing to see there as well. Just their numbers on the front as well. So it's like Jet Longwell is set to jump against Landon Gilmore.
Looks like a re-jump.
Looks like we're gonna do, a re-jump. Or they did, they called a violation, looks like.
He tipped it when it was barely right out of his hand, so I don't know if it has to go all the way to the top of its arc or what they're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that before, because a lot of the kids are now kind of trying to guess it and hit it when it goes up.
Okay, so they're getting some clarification there too as far as like who is going to have possession arrow then after this. So Bobcats gain possession arrow will go to Worland. I'd never seen it. You don't hear a whistle blown and no time off the clock, so it was kind of an interesting thing there. Hadley Johnson, good drive in. Looks like they're going to call a foul there. Looks like it might be on Cade Weber. Yep, it sure is. So his first great drive in there by Hadley Johnson, and he's got some good abilities there to do that. So again, be interesting to see how this game will be called. Pass
nice
from
jumps by
McCoy.
Clark.
that was quick off his feet too. McCoy Longwell trying to pass it up over the top, and he's able to jump up and knock the ball back out of bounds. So McCoy Longwell will have the ball, pass it up over the top to Gavin. Gavin's going to get it. Take a look at the half-court line, make sure he's not too close. Pass it over to Hadley Johnson. Screen set there by Cord Simmerall. Gets it to Jet. Gavin Shumway looks the back door. Jet passes it over. Gonzalez is going to end up with the ball. Duzanis gets up. Nice look there. Pass to Weber. Hadley Johnson blocks him from behind. Ball ends up in McCoy Longwell's hands, and looks like Gonzalez knocked it out of his hands, but it'll go off of McCoy. So I think maybe Gonzalez's tooth ended up in the back of McCoy's head there for a second.
A little bit of contact
Both
there,
are
but not called.
Yeah, Gonzalez rubbing his tooth and McCoy rubbing the back of his head. I'd rather rub the back of my head. Clark with a shot from the corner. Three is up and no good. He is their best three-point shooter. Cord Simmerall goes up for the rebound, unable to hang on to it, and ball will go out of bounds off of Simmerall. Clark here to pass it in. Gonzalez running around. He'll get it. Pass over to Clark, or to Gilmore. Back up to Gonzalez up at the top. He's going to get it in Duzanis' hands. He's going to take a deep three. Shot is up, way short. Jet Longwell end up with it. Pass it to Gavin Shumway. Gavin's going to drive up the right-hand side with his left hand. Good crossover dribble there. Get it into McCoy Longwell's calling for a screen from Jet Longwell. Going to drive in with his left hand. Great pass.
Nice backdoor pass to his brother. Drives down the middle and then dumps a bounce pass to his brother, cutting down the backside.
Yeah, and that was a great play because, I mean, that mature shot, because a lot of times he's been taking that one up, and that one he saw not able to get it. Shot is up and is no good by Weber. Rebound by Cord. He'll get it to McCoy. McCoy up to Gavin. Hadley Johnson open on the side, calling for the ball, unable to get it. Gavin Shumway shoots. Just doesn't quite roll over the front of the rim. Weber ends up with the ball. Take it to Duzanis. Duzanis with a tough pass across the lane. Clark with it. Good, gathered his feet underneath him, and Carter Clark is able to go up and make a shot. Gavin Shumway is going to bring it up to Cord Simmerall. Cord going to get it, pass it over to McCoy. Gavin wide open for the three. Shot off the back of the rim. No good. Duzanis comes down with the rebound. He's coming up fast. So Worland looking to push the tempo of this game real fast, which the Bobcats like to do that as well. Pass it over to Duzanis. Weber with the ball now. Pass it over to the corner to Clark. Clark back up to Weber. Weber over to Duzanis, and then he'll get it into Gonzalez's hands. Kind of backing off Weber. He'll shoot a three as well. Clark will get it into Duzanis' hands. They're being super patient here, so it's important for the Bobcats to stay
focused for sure.
Yeah, focused and disciplined on their defensive assignments as well. Pass over to Clark. Clark likes to shoot the three. He'll shoot it from the corner. A shot is up, no good. Gonna fight for the ball there between Gavin and Gilmore. Gilmore ends up getting it, gets it to Duzanis. Another three missed there. Jet Longwell get it. Gavin Shumway is going to drive there, and Weber's going to pick up his second foul. Not happy about it.
Worland foul number 0, Cade Weber. That is his second personal, second team foul.
That to be his second foul, or just 2.5 minutes into this first quarter. Ball game's tied 2-2, 5:23 left here in the first quarter. McCoy Longwell's going to pass it over to Jet. Jet back to McCoy. McCoy drive in. The shot is up, no good. He'll try to save it. Ball was airballed, so it did bounce out of bounds and unable to save the ball. So Bobcats choosing not to put any pressure here. They're just going to pick up man-to-man at half court. Clark going to bring the ball up left-hand side. He's going to pass it over to Page, who just checked in. Get it to Gilmore up at the top of the key. Gilmore will shoot that three. Pass it over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets it into Duzanis. He'll drive in. Jet kind of comes down to help double team there. Gets it back to Clark. Ball goes out. Scramble drill there. Oh, man, a good hustle play by Clark. Gets it. Pass over to Page, and Gonzalez is going to get it. He's going to pass it down into Page from Gilmore. Page, he's good at that shot right there. We saw him do that a lot. So they'll take the lead 4-2. Cord Simmerall again will drive with his left hand. Shot is up and is good. Looked like that one actually even got hit a little bit maybe by Gilmore, but so went up and good. And the Bobcats will force a turnover there as Duzanis unable to save the ball, tries to pass it across the court, and it'll go out of bounds. So it's still funny to me for as often as Cord plays that it still feels like people forget he's left-handed, because he gets a drive to that left-hand side very, very often.
It takes almost that first quarter for a lot of teams to remember that.
Right, you know? Right. He'll get the ball, drive in. That's where maybe the right hand would have been a better choice, but ball gets knocked away, gets knocked out of bounds. Ball game is tied 4-4, 4:10 left in the first quarter. So it's kind of playing into the Bobcats' favor right now if they can keep it close right away.
Yeah, unfortunate. Jet and Gavin kind of had miscommunication, and a pass goes out of bounds on the entry pass.
Well, the ref was doing me no favors there. He pointed in both directions. The ball was good for both. So goes here, pass over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to get it. And I got to get some of my screens. Sorry, I got my screens kind of messed up here. And I'll get this back to better here. Apologize for those of you watching if I had the screens messed up. Shot is up and is good by McCoy Longwell.
Scores a deep three.
So
Bobcats lights up the Bobcats.
Bobcats go up 7-4, 3:42 left. Again, apologize for the first few minutes of the game that I still had graphics up as you were probably trying to watch. So hopefully we were explaining it better than what you could see between the graphics. I got excited to get us started, I guess. So yeah.
$237 or something like that at stake.
So looks like Owen Page and Carter Clark with the 2 buckets for the Warriors. So 4-0 there, and then Jet and McCoy each with a bucket. McCoy's with 3 and Cord Simmerall with the 2. So puts the Bobcats up 7-4 over the top of the Warriors. So looks like so far Bobcats have stayed with their starting 5. A few substitutions here. Page coming in for Weber after he picked up that second foul. Gonzalez going to bring the ball up. 3:38 left in this first quarter. And shot deep, no good for Gilmore. McCoy hustle after the ball, ends up in Carter's hands. To Duzanis. Duzanis with a 3 straight on. He's not going to miss very many of those, especially left that wide open. He's a good shot, and that's a tough one for us to guard. McCoy Longwell tries to drive it in there against Gilmore, dribbles it off his foot. Ball will go out of bounds. He was hoping for some contact there from Gilmore, but no call there, so it'll go out of bounds to the Warriors. Tight ball game, 7-7 as Duzanis hit that 3. Gonzalez pass it over to Carter. Carter down to Duzanis. Now Gilmore at the top of the key again. He's going to pass it over to Gonzalez. Drive in, kicks it into Duzanis, packs it out to Page. Carter, good jab step, left-hand dribble. Get it cross court to Gonzalez. Page and Duzanis around to the top. Duzanis looks to drive in. Good defense by the Bobcats here, being patient. Oh, hands on that. I saw that one, trying to hold him up from driving with his left-hand baseline. Jet Longwell is going to pick up his first foul. Just the Bobcats' first personal foul. 2:42 left, 7-7 on the scoreboard here. Looks like Carter's going to take it out. He's going to pass it out to Page. Page doesn't shoot a lot of threes. Johnson gets his hands in there, almost gets a steal. Carter going to drive baseline again. Pull-up jumper there by Carter. Nope, no good. Jet Longwell unable to contain it. Passes it up. Carter, good pass into Page. Page not able to get it. Duzanis through the middle and gets an offensive board and a putback for 2 points. So 5 quick points there for Duzanis. Pass into Jet. Jet Longwell get it to Gavin as they having a little bit of pressure from the Warriors. McCoy Longwell gets it from Gavin. He's going to go up. Good
nice
shot
pass
there
from
by
Gavin
McCoy.
Down low to McCoy Longwell up on the right side for
Yes,
an easy layup.
yeah, it was really good and good in control shot there by McCoy as well. Oh, it looks like the battle of the zeros to see who can get to 5 the fastest. Only 4 fouls on the scoreboard and 2 for Cade Weber, number 0, 2 for Jet Longwell, number 0.
And they're the only ones with fouls.
They are. Pass out to Gilmore. Gilmore's going to pass it out to Clark. Clark's going to catch it at the top of the key. Coach calling for him to shoot it, but passing on that as he hasn't had one drop in there. Good pass there from Duzanis into Gonzalez. Shot is up and is good. Court Gonzalez, really hard worker there. Oh, tough pass from Jet Longwell to McCoy Longwell. Trying to catch him running up the sideline. It was the right idea. McCoy was going to be open, probably if nothing else, to get it across court. So ball goes out of bounds. Clark's going to take the ball out of bounds, pass it into Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Clark. Looking to set up their offense here. Bobcats in a man-to-man defense. Court Zimmerall giving lots of room to Gilmore. Clark with another 3 opportunity, no good. Page gets offensive board. He goes up, can't make it. Jet Longwell with the rebound, pass it up to McCoy. McCoy going to drive in, goes hard up with the left against Gilmore. Shot is up, is no good. Page is kind of fumbling with the ball, but is able to get it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez with a tough shot baseline. Tries to go up. Looked like Jet Longwell will pick up his 3rd foul.
With 1:18 left in the first quarter, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Worland 11 and Thermopolis Bobcats 9.
Right, and that'll be his 3rd. So it looks like freshman Cody Bomengen's going to check into the game. Gonzalez here will have an opportunity at 2 free throws. The hard part about that one too, Travis, is he was completely under the hoop. He really wasn't going to be able to get a shot up, and so I actually think he was looking to pass it to Gilmore cutting through the middle, but hard to see that when the ball gets knocked away. So next shot is up and is no good. So Gonzalez makes the first one. Page ends up with the offensive board. Lots of offensive boards here for the Warriors going into this first quarter. Clark drives in super hard, goes up tough. And someone not number 0 with a foul. Hadley Johnson gets his first one. So Carter Clark will have a chance at 2 free throws. First shot is up and is good. Second one for Carter Clark is up and is good too. So unfortunately, something you don't want to see a shooter do is start making free throws, because that can get him back on. Timeout there as Cody Bomengen comes to the ball. 1:07 left in the first quarter. Warriors up 14-9 over the Bobcats, and we'll be right back after this timeout.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back here. 1:07 left in the first quarter after the timeout. Warriors going to put some pressure on Gavin Shumway to take the ball out, pass it up to Hadley Johnson. Back into Gavin in the middle. Gavin's going to dribble up the middle left-hand side, pass it over to Cody Bomengen. Good look for Cody, but been patient with the ball because it would have gotten stolen where he was looking. So Good job for him to just break the press, get it into guard's hand. Hadley Johnson with it here, looking to get it into Cody Bomengen's hands. Good cut there by Gavin Shumway. Cord Simmerall spots up, shoots the three way hard. Looks like the Warriors are going to run the ball down. Duzanis over to Page, and Page.
Well, that's just the case of they hustled, we didn't. We let the ball go, they picked it up, and easy. That could have been an over and back.
That was close. I think it was because he wasn't completely over the line, he was on it, so they're not going to call it unless he's completely across. But had he been, and they threw it up, and even if he's in the air,
right, you got to establish yourself.
Yeah.
That's his first personal foul.
So Page will pick up his first foul.
On the Warriors.
And 24 and a half seconds left. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows Warriors 16, Bobcats 9. Coy Longwell passed it into Cord Simmerall. Cord looking to pass it in. Duzanis guarding him. Gavin Shumway will come and get it. Has Gonzalez on him. Looks like ref's gonna call. We got a official's timeout here as Cody Bomengen has a little bit of blood on his elbow. So looks like Delmonico Dukes is gonna check in place of Cody Bomengen, so he can get some tape or a bandage on that real quick and see. I thought the ref was just gonna do him a solid and give him a tip or something.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't see a foul.
I know,
I wasn't sure what was going on.
All right, just under 15 seconds left. Hadley Johnson ends up with the ball in the middle of the key. Puts it on the ground, but ends up with the ball.
Oh, nice play.
Good
Spin
shot by
move to
Hadley
his
Johnson.
left hand up and in.
Hadley 7.5 seconds left here. 5. Duzanis gets it, passes it out to Clark. Clark's going to catch the ball, shots up, and off the front of the rim. So 16-11. Worland Warriors are leading by 5 at the end of the first quarter, and we will be back for the second quarter right after this.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Okay, and we're back here. Just a few seconds left here in the time or the break here between the first and second quarter. 4 scorers for the Bobcats, so good spread out offense there. Jet with the bucket, McCoy with that 3 and a nice layup. Hadley Johnson with that nice left-hand layup, and Cord Simmerall with a bucket as well. So 4 of the 5 starters getting in the books, so that's good. Jet, though, unfortunately with 3 fouls, might not be able to see the court here maybe until the second half. It should be really, really tough. Bobcats outscored 16-11 in that quarter, but they really held in good. I mean, they just had a few of those got out hustle plays, and really that was kind of the difference in it with offensive boards. So Warriors with it at the top here as they check in. Caballero is in as well. And ball is stolen away. Gavin Shumway has it here. He's going to drive in. He looks to pass it. Looks like it gets knocked away by the Warriors. So I just have a little number change here. I had Caballero down as number 21. That's why I struggled with knowing who was checked in there. And I had Tyshawn Swalstad is in as well. Cord Simmerall kicked the ball out to Gavin Shumway. Gavin, tough. Saved the ball into McCoy Longwell. McCoy looks at a 3, decides to not take it. Gavin Shumway looks for a screen from Cord. Great screen
nice.
and roll. Gets blocked by
Duzanis. Yeah.
And Weber ends up with the ball. Good pass there to Clark. And fortunately, Del Dukes, in a hustle play, ended up running over the top of Carter as he went up for a shot. So Carter's going to have an opportunity at 2 free throws again.
Foul on number 15, Del Dukes. That's his first personal 15 foul.
And I think you said it, Kevin. You know, the difference in the game right now is hustle. You know, there's just been a couple of opportunities. The one, the Bobcats just let the ball thinking it was going to go out of bounds, but the Warriors got the ball for an easy layup. And then just a couple of other, on the floor, they're a little bit more aggressive, getting the ball on the floor and things like that.
Right.
So,
So first shot there by Clark was up and was no good. Second one is up and is good. Del Dukes take it out, pass to McCoy. McCoy, wanted to throw it and then kind of held off. If he would have probably given it everything, it would have got out there. Caballero with the shot from the side. Shot is up, no good. Gavin Shumway with the rebound. He'll get it into Cord Simmerall's hands. Cord looking to pass it. Oh, tough pass. Duzanis gets it, steal, and shot is up and is good. It's a tough pass to try to make cross court. Del Dukes not able to get to the ball. Caballero comes over and he scores. So quick buckets back to back there for the Warriors. So they're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. But Travis, I mean, they're right there. Just the Bobcats kind of getting out of their heads a little bit and making tough passes. And when you have a team that's hustling around and kind of doing those things, and you really have to work to like go to the ball. And right now we're standing waiting for the ball to come to us, and they're just getting into those passing lanes and getting easy steals and buckets.
Kevin, I think the Bobcats are playing slow.
Yeah.
They're not stepping to the ball on the passes. Normally we handle presses very easily and break the press, and they had 6 points off of us just as quick as you could blink.
Yep.
And so hopefully Coach Corpening can bring them in. We're down now 10 points with 21-11, 6:53 left in the second. Hopefully he can give them a little bit of a pep talk to help them start digging out of the hole now before we get to the halftime.
Yeah, so they're going to run a little 3.5 press breaker here. Bobcats are. This one you want to get your ball handlers, here getting the ball. Run a good screen there. Del Duke set a screen for McCoy. Tough pass to make though. Gets it into Gavin. Gavin's able to break that press. Now he looks pass over to McCoy Longwell. McCoy's going to pass on the. Oh, nice baseline drive there by McCoy Longwell as he goes up and right over the front of the rim and for a bucket. So again, McCoy with 7 points in the ball game. Weber is going to take a 3 as he's back into the ball game after picking up those 2 early fouls. Shot is no good. Cord Simmerall high up with the rebound and gets it into Gavin Shumway. Gavin picks up his dribble, gets it into Del Dukes. Del getting trapped here in the corner, and it looks like they're going to get a reach-in foul there. Looks like that foul will be on Tayshawn Swalstead.
His first personal 14 foul. Reporting back in for the Warriors,
Del Dukes will come out of the game, and
number 32, Cody Bomengen.
Looks like Cody Bomengen's back in. So both Zach Casey, Cody Bomengen, freshman for the Bobcats, they're in right now. Pass ball in from McCoy Longwell. Zach's going to set up the offense, get it into Gavin's hands here. Gavin's waiting for some cuts here. Freshman there, good. Zach Casey gets the screen from Cody Bomengen. Cord Simmerall short on the jumper from the elbow. Gonzalez is going to get the rebound, pass it up ahead to Weber. Weber, good, solid move, gets his feet underneath him. Shot is up and is good. So his first basket for the game. Pass it over to Gavin Shumway from McCoy. McCoy looks to the middle, gets to Cody Bomengen. Cody over the top to Zach, passes it to, tough pass from Zach to Cord. Good hustle play again on Duzanis as he hustles the ball down, and looks like he tried to throw it off a Cord Simmerall, but not able to do that, so Bobcats retain possession. So Bobcats getting outscored 7-2 in this quarter right now, down 10 points. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard 541. Bobcats down 23-13. Coy Longwell set to take the ball out of bounds. He's going to pass it into Zach Hasty. Zach Hasty going to drive left-handed, try to go up for a shot. Good hard move there by Zach Hasty.
Layup. Oh, ball's coming quickly the other way.
And ball into Weber's hands over to Gonzalez. Yeah, the Warriors do not take time to get the ball out of the out of bounds the back end. Shot is up and no good by Duzanis, but Clark working hard on the offensive boards. No good. Page back up and good for Page as well. They're definitely hustling after that. Carter Clark, who's had a hard time making a basket, he's definitely working hard on the offensive boards. Kind of a forced little leaner there by Cord Simmerall. Ball's up fast, and Gonzalez driving baseline goes up and is good. Looks like Hadley Johnson set to check back in for the Bobcats as well. Gavin Shumway brings it up, passes into Cody Bomengen. Cody Bomengen turnaround jumper up and is good. So a couple of freshmen here, each getting a bucket here in this quarter. Clark's gonna think about the three, get it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, the hard drive in. Looks like he's gonna get an and one opportunity.
Gonzalez is just a great drive and score player. I mean, that's his game. You know, he plays more like a big guy on the inside than not, and just drives right through the middle. Good jump stop, up and easy shot.
Yeah, it really was. And good drive, and I mean he shows that he's going to shoot. He doesn't shoot outside very often, but he still is great at showing that ball as though he's going to. Gets a defender up on his toes and drives hard, and he'll go right or left. Free throw is up and is no good. Cody Bomengen comes down with the ball. Hadley Johnson checks into the game for Cord Simmerall to give him a break. Pass over to Hadley Johnson. Hadley Johnson deep pass over to Zach Casey. Zach's going to shoot the three. Falls short, but Gavin Shumway there for the offensive board. Hard dribble in, leaner in, passes into Zach Casey. Goes for an up and under shot, but it gets blocked there by Duzanis. And but ball goes off the Warriors, so I don't know. I never minded when somebody blocked me, because then I always felt like that they thought that they always were, so then I always had a head fake in me. And then I just got blocked on my next shot. That's probably what happened. 4:10 left here in the second quarter, 29-17. Hadley Johnson, good
nice
hard
left
drive.
hand. Ooh.
And Duzanis, almost got
that
another.
was a foul, because he was up,
yep.
and the ball never really left his hand as Duzanis just kind of touched the
Right.
base of his hand going up.
Yeah. And again, you know, you kind of get there and you realize you got one block, and so then you're like, ooh, I'm going to see how many more I can get, and that's always a good time to attack. So, okay, and that was on Duzanis. And then looks like Hadley Johnson, good attack there with the left hand and drive in there. So he's going to have an opportunity at 2 free throws here as he was fouled on the shot. First one is up and is good. So good shot there. 3 points here now for Hadley Johnson in the game. And Cody Bomengen will come out as Cord Simmerall checks in for him. 4:03 left here in the first half, 29-18. Worland over the top of the Thermopolis Bobcats. Hadley Johnson with an opportunity for a second free throw. Shot is up, and he even felt it not go in. He was trying to see if he could get around and go get it, but the shot's no good. Clark with the ball here to Duzanis at the top of the key. Hard drive there, passes over to Clark. Clark from the side, up and is good. So again, don't want to see him start catching fire as he can shoot the ball.
Yeah, he was the one that hurt us so much that last game.
Yeah,
Kevin.
and I think that was his first one on that side. All of his other threes have come from the other side. Coy Longwell up, no good with the shot. Page with the rebound, passes it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez going to lean in, unable to make it. Offensive board by Weber, no good, but Page right there to follow up and gets another bucket.
Page, for being a young player, does a nice job of cleanup around the rim.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he ultimately got that board and then passed up, but didn't give up on it. Cord Simmerall, good pass from Gavin Shumway. Cord Simmerall, turnaround
Pinnacle
jumper
Bank
deep
scoreboard, 3:12 left in the second. Worland 34, Thermopolis 20.
So you're seeing now that Warriors kind of passing on some, well, as I say that, Page goes ahead and knocks down a three. I was just going to say kind of passing on some of the threes that they were taking to drive to the rim, and now Page gets in on it, so that's 7 points for him. Gavin Shumway, tough pass, gets stolen by Duzanis. Duzanis looks for Page, ends up in the hands of Cord. Zach Casey now with a wide open layup, goes up and is good for Zach Casey.
Nice job by the senior getting the ball up the floor to the open freshman.
That's right. Good drive there by Duzanis and up and is good. Hadley Johnson trying to take a charge, but just a little bit too deep underneath that hoop, and good body control there by Duzanis as he makes it. Gavin Shumway with the ball up the right-hand side. He'll pass it across court to McCoy. Up too high, up and over the top of him, so another turnover there. So a few tough passes here by the Bobcats. Got to just limit those turnovers or shorten the length of the passes.
Well, that's
I think,
the thing.
more
There
than
was a
anything.
guy right next to him who was open, and I think if you'd take that shorter pass, we wouldn't see some of those turnovers.
Right. Duzanis into Weber. Weber over to Caballero. Caballero to Page. Page thinking about the three. Why not? He's hit everything else. Shot is up, rolls around, and is good.
It bounced on the rim 4 times before it decided to go in.
And he's got 10 points just in the first 6 minutes of this second quarter, in this quarter alone. So he's doing a good job of scoring. Zach Casey with the ball here. Caballero on him. He's going to drive with his left hand, look for a spin move. Cord Simmerall pass it over to Gavin Shumway.
Ooh.
Slip screen there was open. Gavin Shumway short on a long three. Hadley Johnson hustling after the ball, but
Hadley hustled and just couldn't quite wrap his hand around the ball to throw it back in.
Yeah, the idea of ending up in wooden bleachers doesn't always seem like the best idea either. So probably a little bit of that held him up just to teach. So get it over into Gonzalez's hands. He brings it up the right-hand side. Calling for Gilmore up at the top of the key. Weber going to pass it over to the top to Page. Page to Caballero. Caballero to Weber. Weber's going to shoot the three at the top of the key, and he's going to knock down a three as well. So fortunately, 45-22, 23-point game. This quarter kind of opening up, and another hard pass from McCoy Longwell across court to Hadley Johnson through his hands out of bounds. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 1:15 left in the first half. Worland 45, Bobcats 22. So right now the Warriors are feeling it, and they're taking another three, and Weber's going to knock down another one. Fortunately, we're kind of stepping back, not putting very much pressure on the three-point shooters, and they've hit a lot. That's their fifth three in this quarter. Gavin Shumway ends up with the ball. He's going to take a tough step-through shot up, and no good. Weber going to come down with the ball, pass it over to Page. Page to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looks to drive it in. He'll pass it over to Weber. Weber's feeling it, so he's going to shoot another one. Up is no good, but Gonzalez gets the ball. Gets blocked there by Hadley Johnson. Cord Simmerall ends up with the ball, gets it into Hadley Johnson's hands. Going to dribble it to the left-hand side, get it to Zach Casey. Zach pump fakes a three, going to drive in, gets it back to Gavin. Gavin back out to Zach. Zach's going to shoot the three. Three is up and is good. So 7 points for Zach Casey in the quarter here. There's 18 seconds left, down 23, as Gonzalez will bring it up with the left hand. Setting up a play here to end the quarter. Under 10 seconds left as Gonzalez dribbles around looking for an open guy. He'll get it into Weber's hand. Weber feeling it. He'll get it to Gilmore. Gilmore filling the three. Shot is up, no good. Gavin Shumway gets the ball. He'll huck it three-quarter court, up and no good. Zeros on the scoreboard at the end of the first half show the Worland Warriors 48, Thermopolis Bobcats 25. We'll be right back after this with the Hot Springs Health halftime show and the stats at the half by One Eye Buffalo.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
for a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted Jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, we're here for the Hot Springs Health halftime show. Worland Warriors leading the Bobcats 48-25 as they had a scoring explosion on us where they scored 32 in that second quarter. It was a 5-point game at the end of the first quarter. Unfortunately, Bobcats got outscored 32-14 in that second quarter, and really a lot of errant passes, some hustle plays, and then offensive boards. They were on the boards, which kind of ignited them. Got some turnovers from the Bobcats. Warriors were able to make a few layups, and then all of a sudden they caught fire and ended up making, I think they ended up making 5 3-pointers in that second quarter alone. So big quarter for them. So going back to kind of some of the keys to the game, some of them kind of obvious, but again, just to revisit it, what did you see there, Travis?
Well, I think, we talked about chemistry, and I think the chemistry is better overall. The coach is kind of letting the players be out there, kind of get into a rhythm, which I think is good. Unfortunately, we're still not seeing some of the point production that we'd like to see with some of the players. And, the big thing that we talked about is, scoring points. Didn't do bad the first quarter, but the second quarter kind of dropped off. The Warriors have already almost scored what they normally score in a game, 48. Their normal scoring is 60, where the Bobcats' normal scoring is 50, so we're right on track for our normal game, but they just, like you say, they had a scoring explosion from that standpoint. And the big thing is taking care of the ball. We didn't do it, and they did, and we've actually got at least well over 10 turnovers. I can think of 10 in my head just trying to break the press. They had those 3 in a row, and then we've had at least 3 cross-court passes that have gone out of bounds, and it's just a matter of we are not taking care of the ball from that standpoint. Staying out of foul trouble, we did better than we have some games. Unfortunately, Jet took all 3, but other than that, we're in a lot better spot. So, unfortunately, the things we know are kind of our weaknesses, they exposed them.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I think moving forward for the next half, what's going to have to happen, that chemistry is going to have to kick in. They're going to have to get fired up because, Kevin, they're playing flat.
Yep.
Once you're down by 10 and then it's 20 and now it's, even worse, they have got to get fired up because, they're at the end of the game. The Warriors were taking 3-point shots, not even a hand in their face. They weren't getting blocked out. It's like the wind's out of our sails. So hopefully Coach can kind of blow some wind into their sails so where they come out a little bit more fired up this half, a little bit more aggressive. I don't know. What do you think? Do we make a defensive change?
Yeah,
Try something different?
You might have to. And definitely are going to have to come out being more aggressive. But I think if nothing else, it's just closing out on the shooters, And unfortunately, I think a little bit of that is, if I close out really hard on them, they're driving to the hole, and you just got to trust your help at that point and know that, hey, I got to drive out, but you're moving your feet fast, you're putting a hand up, and then you're ready to still play defense, and a hand in the face is better than, 2 hands by your side, and that's kind of what we saw in a lot of those threes.
You practice those closeout drills where the short steps, one hand up, one hand down, but the thing is, the Warriors set us up perfectly. If you remember the first quarter, they were driving, they're faking the shot and then driving in and scoring. Second quarter, they just started, instead of pulling a pump fake, they were just pulling up and scoring.
Yeah, knocking down threes.
They've done a great job setting us up for that, but I think that's going to kind of be the keys moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. With the Hot Springs Health halftime show, we also like to bring you the One Eye Buffalo halftime stats as well. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors. This is why we're able to do this. Those of you who listen on 101.7 KDNO, we really appreciate you spending some time with us on a Thursday evening and watching or listening to some Bobcat basketball. And then those of you on YO Today and on YouTube streaming live, want to appreciate you spending some time with us as well. Again, apologize for leaving some of the graphics up during the first quarter. But with that, we'll move into the One Eye Buffalo stats of the game. A lot of scoring for the Warriors like we talked about before. Cade Weber came in after getting those 2 early fouls, not having to kind of sit out in the first quarter, came in, hit 2 threes and a bucket, so he ended up with 8. Brock Duzanis, he ended up with 9 points in the first half as he knocked down a couple shots as well and really worked hard on the offensive boards. Owen Page is really the kind of the spark of the game. I think he scored 10 points in the second quarter for a total of 14 points in the game. Brian Caballero, he came in off the bench, scored 2 points. Court Gonzalez, again, like you said, Travis, drives to the hole really well, drives the baseline well. Ended up scoring 7 in the first half. And then Carter Clark, one of their bigger outside shooters, he did knock down a 3 in the game, but also made 3 of 4 from the free throw line, scoring 8 points. No one really for them in any foul trouble. Like I said, Cade Weber picked up those 2 early ones, but no, didn't pick up any more. Tyshawn Swalstead, Brock Duzanis, and Owen Page each with 1 foul, but nothing other than that for a total of 48 points. How about the Bobcats?
Well, for the Bobcats, the one thing I do like is we got 6 players on the board, which is better than what we normally have. Unfortunately, some of our powerhouses aren't, in the column as heavy as I would like. Cord Simmerell, he's normally our leader. He's only got 4 today. Leaders for the Bobcats, we've got McCoy Longwell with 7 points. Zach Hasty coming in, scoring 7 points in the second quarter. We've got Cord, as I mentioned, scoring 4. Hadley Johnson has 1 layup and then a free throw. Jet Longwell, before he got in foul trouble, had his early 2-point shot, and then Cody Bomengen rounding out with 2 points. From the standpoint of foul trouble, the only one who's really in trouble is Jet. He's got 3. I don't know. I still think you hold him a little bit in the third quarter before you bring him in.
I think typically he usually likes to sit him if they have 3 fouls in the first quarter, but it does look like he's sitting, or it looks like he is going to come in, so he will start the game or the third quarter here. But that'll do it for the Hot Springs Health halftime show and the One Eye Buffalo stats at the half as we get ready to start this third quarter as well. But yeah, Jet Longwell is out there, but I agree with you a lot of the times with the third foul, likes to sit him here in the third quarter, but it looks like your son's sitting awfully close to you, so Cody might be on the brink of going in here fairly quickly if Jet picks up a quick foul or if they need him. So
well, hopefully Jet can kind of get into a rhythm because he definitely is an offensive threat and benefit for the Bobcats.
Yeah, agreed.
Down low especially.
Yeah, no, I agree. And, he only ended up with the 1 bucket, but it was a great play, and he does work hard inside. So I'd like to see him have a chance here, too. So Court Simmerall is going to get the ball, but, again, Duzanis just hassling him. Passes over to Hadley Johnson. Hadley has Weber on him, so definitely looks like Coach Abel was saying keep up your intensity because they are coming out not really missing a beat. Hadley Johnson with a high 3-point shot, no good. Court Simmerall gets the rebound, shot is up, bounced around on the rim, no good. Clark ends up with the ball, he'll pass it up to Weber. Weber's gonna drive in, pass it over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets it stripped away by Cord or McCoy, one of those two, and the ball ends up off the Bobcats.
Yeah, I think Cord actually kind of knocked it down, and then Coy didn't see it. It bounced behind him out of bounds.
Pass into Gilmore from Clark, passes back out, and there's going to be a 3-point shot. That's where he usually likes to shoot it, but Duzanis will end up with the ball. Shot is up and is good. So Duzanis will knock down a 3. McCoy will drive into the left. Another high pass. Hadley Johnson able to get up and go get it. Cross-court pass to Gavin Shumway. Gavin pulls up for a long 3. Shot is up, is no good. And Duzanis will come down with the rebound. Passes over to Weber. Oh, man, almost a steal there by Gavin, but no, he didn't get it. Weber misses a layup, and Jet gets the rebound. Coyle pass it up to Gavin Shumway. Gavin will drive baseline. Tough pass there as he tries to get it into Cord Simmerall's hands, and ball will get knocked away. I'd say based on the first 2 possessions, it kind of looks like the Bobcats are looking for that 23-point shot, so kind of deeper threes. But if they keep being patient and move around, it's a 26-point game. Cord Simmerall passes off the back of Clark. It's not a good sign when they're getting steals, not even looking at the ball there, Travis.
And Clark just had his hand in the passing lane, and the ball goes off his hand and takes it and goes coast to coast for an easy layup.
Right. Oh, McCoy Longwell tries to drive in. Duzanis gets his hands on it. Goes up, tries to dunk the ball. Not able to make it. Gavin Shumway has it. Gonzalez ends up trying to go up for a shot. Gets blocked. Ball comes down, Gonzalez kicks it out of bounds, and Bobcats will get possession. So DeZanis, the rebound, trying to really get the crowd louder than they already are.
Yeah.
So
I don't think he has much work to do in that arena.
No. Hadley Johnson will pass it over to McCoy. McCoy kind of has a hard time handling the ball, tries to pass it into Jack. Gonzalez ends up with the ball, passes it over to Clark. Clark, as he leaks out, shot goes up and is good. And Bobcats just reeling right now, trying to find something to get things going. But man, I mean, as soon as a shot goes up, somebody for the Warriors is just blazing out of there. And we really need to work on getting a Bobcat to make sure as soon as shot goes up that they're getting back on defense.
Well, it's the same thing we talked about at halftime, Kevin. There, Bobcats came out, with a little bit of energy, but after a couple of quick threes and transition layups for the Warriors are starting to play flat again.
Right. Yeah. And Hadley Johnson ended up kind of in the middle of that scrum. He ended up getting a ball go up for a shot. He did get fouled there by Brock Duzanis, just his second foul, and Hadley missed the front end of these 2 free throws, but he'll have an opportunity to make a second. Shot is up and is good, so that'll be the first points there for the Bobcats in this quarter. So 8 points, or 7 points, I apologize, for the Warriors, 1 for the Bobcats in this quarter. 55-26, 5:35 left on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard here. Warriors leading the Bobcats. Clark's going to take a 3. Shot is up and is good.
I think they're 100% on threes this half, Kevin.
What's that?
I think they're 100% on threes this half.
Yep, 2 of 2. Tough pass from Hadley Johnson over to Cody Bomengen. Cody hits the ground. McCoy Longwell ends up with it as Brock Duzanis goes across to get the steal. He ends up running into the referee, and Coach Corpening's going to call for a timeout here. So 5:12 left. It is a full timeout, so we're going to take a 60-second timeout as well.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
All right, and we're back as plays underway after the timeout. McCoy Longwell gets it to Gavin Shumway. Gavin fakes a 3. Cody Bomengen with the top of the key. Gets it into McCoy Longwell's hands. McCoy drives in. Shot is up. Is no good. Cody Bomengen almost with the rebound. Oh, I thought they were going to call a foul there as Cody had a good box out, but it looks like it was just out of bounds off of Clark. So it goes out of bounds to the Bobcats. Bobcats set up. McCoy Longwell is going to take the ball out of bounds underneath the hoop. Looks to pass it in. Passes it over to Cody Bomengen. Cody will get it into Hadley Johnson's hands. Hadley looking for a screen from Jet Longwell. Pass it over to Cody Bomengen. Cody with good threes from there. Oh, it's a good looking shot. Shot is up, no good. Clark comes down with the rebound. It's kind of one of those, Travis, where everything's falling for Worland, and unfortunately nothing really for the Bobcats. Yeah, Clark with it in the corner there. Get it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez going to shoot the 3. Shot is up, is no good. Gilmore and Gavin Shumway both hustle for the ball. Gavin ends up being able to get it torn away. Jet Longwell will get the ball. He dribbles up the sideline. McCoy Longwell with it from the corner. Shot is up, no good. Gonzalez with the rebound, and he'll bring it up the right-hand side as Cord Simmerall and Zach Casey set to check in. 4:12 left in the third quarter. Shot is up and no good by Clark. Jet Longwell with the rebound. He'll get it into McCoy's hands. McCoy will bring it up the right-hand side. Dribble with his left hand into the middle. Drive into the hoop. Oh, unable to make it. Gilmore jumps up, kind of goes up with one hand instead of both, and ball will go out off of the Warriors. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows the Worland Warriors 58, Thermopolis Bobcats 26. Zach Casey set to take the ball out of bounds. Zach Casey will pass it into Cody Bomengen. Cody Bomengen dribbles in. Good spin move there by Cody Bomengen. Shot is up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Shot up and good. Good move there by Cody Bomengen. Worked hard against Chase Harris for the Warriors. Caballero comes in. He has the ball at the top of the key. Page is in as well, scoring those 10 points in the second quarter, 14 total. Weber drives in with his left hand after a spin move. Looks like they're going to call a pushing foul there, and Weber will have a chance at 2. Oh, man. Jet Longwell picks up his 4th foul now. And
Jet Longwell, that's his 4th.
Looks like Cade Weber will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Will be number 0, Cade Weber.
First shot is up and is good for Cade Weber. Looks like they're going to go ahead and leave Jet in with 3:40 left in this third quarter.
I don't think they have much to lose.
Right.
Maybe try to get them in some offensive rhythm before he gets out.
Yeah, and the second one is up by Cade Weber, and yeah, he's been in, and if nothing else, he's been getting some good rebounds. So it looks like Gavin will probably come in and give him a break. Let's see, Zach Casey will pull up, shoot a 3. Up is no good, but he hustles down, almost gets his own rebound. Cade Weber ends up with it, passes to Page, Page to Gonzalez. Page almost looked like he was going to do a 2-hand dunk through some traffic there. I think some of the crowd has seen him do that before because the anticipation breath that happened in the middle of that. Yeah, Coy Longwell is going to get it into Zach Casey's hands. Jet Longwell calling for it. He'll get a screen here, gets it up to Cody Bomengen. Bomengen looking at Jet as he's working hard in the middle of the lane. Coy Longwell looking to create some offense here, gets him in the air, gets it out to Cody Bomengen, pass it back up to Jet Longwell up at the top of the key, into Cord Cimarral's hand. Caballero right on him. Tough shot there by Cord Cimarral, and he will drive it in. Looks like that'll go off of the Worland Warriors. Looks like that'll go off the Worland Warriors, so Bobcats will keep the ball. And Gavin Shumway checks in for McCoy Longwell. So Zach will take the ball out, passes it in to Cody. Cody, good spin move there. Shot is up, no good. And rebound there by Brody Thiel. So pass up to Swalstead. Swalstead tries to get it in. Oh, Cody Bomengen almost with the steal. Chase Harris able to hang on to it, pass out to Page. Swalstead with the ball. He'll drive in, floater up, and is good for Swalstead. Gavin Shumway will drive in. He steps back. He'll decide to take the 3. 3 is up and is good for Gavin Shumway.
That was the first half or first part of the second half.
Yeah. Tayshawn will shoot it up, no good for Swalstead. Shot will go off of Theo there. Looks like Hadley Johnson will check in for Jet Longwell. 64-31, 2 minutes left here. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Bobcats trail by 33. Looks like Gavin Shumway is going to bring it up, looking for somebody to cut to get open. Nice pass there by Hadley Johnson into Zach Casey against Swalstead. So Zach Casey, he goes up and gets the ball knocked away. Tyshawn Swalstead, he'll pick up his second foul.
At the line for Thermopolis will be number 20,
Zach Casey has an opportunity to put some more points up on the board here as he has 2 shots. He does end up making the first one, so that'll give him 8 points. Looks like he's leading scorers for the Bobcats right now with his 8 points. 148 left, 64-32. Bobcats trailing by 32. Second shot is up, no good, but Cord Cimarral able to get the rebound. Not able to hang on to as it gets knocked away by Thiel, but it does stay to the Bobcats. Zach Casey will take the ball out of bounds. Set to run play here, get it into Cody Bomengen. Cody Bomengen gets it to Johnson, to Gavin, back to Johnson. Johnson going to drive in with his left-hand drive with the put up with the right, unable to make it. Gavin Shumway, though, ends up with the rebound. He's going to set him up back in their offense. Zach Casey on the near side here. pass it over to Hadley Johnson, over to Gavin. Gavin Shumway, deep three, knocks down another one. So back-to-back threes there for Gavin Shumway to get him on the scoreboard. 6 points for him. Minute 18 left here, 64-35. As Swalstead will get it, looking for a screen from Page. Tries to drive in there. Looks like there's going to be a reach-in foul.
Now the Bobcats are playing with a little bit more energy here. We've seen a little bit better job on the boards, and they're not getting the transition game quite as easily, but still playing flatter than I'd like him to see. But it is nice to see Gavin get a little momentum with a couple of threes this quarter.
Yeah, knocking down a few shots as well, yeah. Caballero get the ball into Swalstead's hands. Swalstead dribbling it up on the left-hand side. He'll get it into Page. Has Gavin Shumway on him. Pass it down. Good steal there by Cody Bomengen. Gets it into Hadley Johnson's hands as he'll bring it up this near side. Dribbles to the top of the key. Looking for somebody to get open. Get it into Bomengen's hands. Ooh, a little trickery there.
They probably could have called that one.
Coy Longwell with the ball up at the top of the key. He's going to look for somebody to get open. Drive it in with his left hand. Oh, the ball gets knocked away and falls off his knee, and looks like it will go out of bounds off of McCoy's knee. So Warriors will get it. Swalstead with it. Pass into Page. He'll come up fast. Both McCoy and Swalstead, good players here. Backdoor cut by Thiel. Looks to throw a backdoor cut. Doesn't get in. 33 seconds left in the third quarter, 64-35. Warriors leading the Bobcats. Gavin Shumway is going to bring it up. There's 30 seconds left here in this third quarter into Zach Hasty. Good screen up here at the top to Cody Bomengen from Gavin Shumway. Cody looking for someone to cut there. Zach Hasty will step back, get it into Cody Bomengen's hands. Gavin Shumway looking to get the ball in his hands. Page playing tough defense on him, not making anything easy here. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Gavin Shumway looking, pass over to McCoy Longwell. McCoy Longwell is going to need to get a shot up here real fast. Oh, Pats almost gets stolen away there, and does get poked away there by Chase Harris, and unfortunately Bobcats not able to get a shot off. End of three shows a 29-point lead for the Warriors, 64 over the Thermopolis Bobcats. We will take a minute for our sponsors. We'll be back right after this.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
All right, we're here for the start of the fourth quarter. Bobcats trailing the Warriors 64-35. Warriors choosing to put in some of their bench players here, and I should say, and Page, because Page, yes, comes off the bench, but he's done a great job of scoring for the Warriors. So it looks like a travel call there on Swalstead. Bobcats still have McCoy Longwell, Gavin Shumway, Zach Hasty, Hadley Johnson, and Cody Bomengen in the game. McCoy Longwell with the ball here. Cuts, gets it into Zach Hasty. Pass over to Gavin Shumway. Gavin into McCoy Longwell. Ball gets knocked away by Swalstead, and he ends up picking up the loose ball. He'll pass it over to Thiel. Thiel into Page. Page with a three, and he'll knock down another. He is having one heck of a game, 19 points for Page. Maybe he thought, see Decker's getting ready to check in. Maybe he thought he was coming in for him. He'd get one more shot off real quick. Gavin Shumway with the shot up and is no good with the left hand. Rebound down to Worland. He'll get it over to Thiel. Thiel will also travel as he moved his feet. Jet Longwell, Cord Simmerall set to check back in. They'll come in for Hadley Johnson and McCoy Longwell. So 7:04 left here in the fourth quarter, 67-35. As Jet Longwell sets to pass the ball in, gets it into Gavin Shumway. Gavin walking it up with his left hand. Get over here, call for a screen, hands the ball off to Zach Hasty. Zach will try a crossover move, drive in, shot is up, and is good, I believe.
Yeah,
I think
they good with the foul.
Yeah, they did call it, count it. So good drive in there by Zach Hasty as well. Gets him be our first scorer into double digits, so that'll be 10 points on hit, or 10 points for him. Tyshawn Swalstead ends up with his third foul. Free throws up and is no good. And rebound comes down to Worland. Caballero end up with the ball. He'll get it into Decker's hand. Decker crossover through the legs. He'll pass it back out to the top to Thiel. Thiel's going to drive in with the right hand, pass it out to Caballero. Decker again driving hard at those elbows. Gets it back out. Swalstead, who can shoot it from deep. He shoots and is good. I watched that young man for a lot of years shoot the ball, and he has been a good shooter always. Gavin Shumway with the deep three of his own. Shot is up, is no good. Caballero will come down, pass it up to Swalstead, as the Warriors still looking to push the tempo of this game back over to Caballero. Caballero to Decker. Decker crossover. Left-hand dribble there. Back into Caballero's hand. Over to Thiel. Thiel drives in, gets it to Swalstead. Swalstead, oh, good little hands there by Cord Simmerall to get the ball kind of in the breadbasket of Swalstead. He couldn't get out of his own way and ended up traveling with the ball.
When you move that fast, if something gets out of sync, it's a little hard to slow down enough to get it straightened out before you do something like that.
I'm only in a vehicle and I'm going that fast, so I wouldn't know what happened.
Me too.
Cord Simmerall drives with the left hand. Shot is up. Tough shot there. Good defense by Caballero. Shots up, no good. Caballero does come down with the rebound. Drive to the middle of the key, pass it over to Swalstead. Swalstead's going to pass on the three. He's going to get it into Thiel's hands. Thiel's going to drive it baseline. Jet Longwell on him. Swalstead again with the three. Shot is up, no good. Jet Longwell hustling after the ball. Ball goes off at Thiel as Jet Longwell saves it off his chest, and the ball will go out of bounds to the Bobcats. Oh, it looks like they must have thought Jet stepped out of bounds, I guess, when he did save it. I thought he did throw it off of him, but looks like
we're not in a position to be able to see that inline or sideline, I guess.
Right. Thiel passes it into Harris. Harris will get the ball back into Thiel's hands. Thiel always has that little hop there. They could almost call him a travel each time, but Thiel ends up with the ball. It is just a two-pointer. He's standing on the line, but 2 points for him as well. Gavin Shumway will bring the ball up with his left hand. Ask for the screen from Cody Bomengen. Good post up by Cody Bomengen. Jet Longwell wanting to get him the ball. He knows what it's like to work hard in there. So he's trying to get him the ball. Coy Longwell, good move there. Up, and it is good.
Nice finger roll.
That was a tough move. Good shot there by him. Swalstead with it with the top of the key. He's going to dribble to the middle of the key. He's going to pass over to Caballero. Caballero over to Thiel. Now you got Swalstead again. Head fake into Decker's hand. Decker going to look to drive in. Good hard move by Decker. Shot is up, is no good. Gavin Shumway ends up with a rebound. Gavin going to drive baseline. Shot is up and is good. So a couple and one opportunities here for the Bobcats as they continue to work hard on the here at the end. Gavin Shumway scoring 8 points in this half, which is good to see him doing that. Tyler Kidgel will come in for Swalstead. Gavin Shumway with the opportunity for an and one here. Bobcats being outscored 8-6 in this quarter. Down, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 72-41, 4:23 left. Worland Warriors over the top of the Bobcats. Free throw is missed. Caballero ends up with a rebound. Decker ends up with the ball in his hands here, gets it to Thiel. Thiel to Kidgel. Kidgel will pass it over to Caballero at the top. Thiel going to catch it on the run. Gets it into Decker's hands. Going to go up. And ball will go off at Decker's hands, but still stays in bounds. With Will Cole, Kenny Gerber set to check into the game. Thiel gets the ball over to Kidgel. Kidgel to Caballero. 3:50 left here in the fourth quarter, 72-41. Warriors passing the ball around. Gets it front to Theo. Theo to Caballero. Don't believe, based on what Abel's saying, it doesn't look like he's wanting him to go into a stall, but they're just kind of trying to be patient with the ball, looking for the right shot, I think. Kidgel will get the ball. The shot goes up, is no good. Oh, but it looks like Coach Abel's going to call the timeout, and then right as Kidgel knocks down a three, and Abel kind of just dips his head like, oh, sorry to to Tyler Kidgel, as you probably could have got a three up on the board. So quick timeout here. Like I said, Canyon Gerber, Will Cole set to check in for their first time as well. Tough game here, Travis. Just like to see him now, run through some of their plays, do some stuff, try to get better in the moments, because,
we got outmanned tonight.
Yeah.
And, the only thing you can do is maybe try to get some momentum or some confidence moving forward for a game tomorrow night against Lander.
Right, and no matter what, in situations like this, you see Coach Abel gets a lot of his bench players in, get some good quality minutes. Bobcats doing the same, as you have Canyon Gerber, Cody Bomengen, Zach Casey, Will Cole, and Jet Longwell in the game. For the Bobcats, 3:27 left here, 72-41. Almost an opportunity there for So Tyler Kidgel's going to bring the ball up. Canyon Gerber guarding him. Will Cole guarding Decker. Then you have Caballero kind of running a weave here at the top of the key, looking for an opportunity. And Mason Decker will go up and get the bucket up and good. Will Cole with the ball at the top of the key, get it into Cody Bomengen's hands. Cody Bomengen dribbles over, gets it into Jet Longwells to William Cole. William Cole drive baseline, back over, Bomengen. Bomengen
nice
sees Canyon,
pass.
and a nice shot there by Canyon Gerber for a bucket. Great pass from Cody Bomengen. Caballero gets it into Decker's hands. Decker into Kidgel's hands. They're running a weave here, just looking for an opening. Shot is up, is no good by Decker into Cody Bomengen's hands. He'll get it to William Cole. William Cole bringing it up, pushing the ball. Good. See him pushing the pace. Steal by Harris. Harris is going to drive. It's going to be the battle of the big man at the top of the key. Oh, Cody Bomengen getting there. Draws the charge.
I think that's his second charge ever in his life. He figured it out 2 games ago, and I think he's trying to build that skill.
I'm going to maybe claim charge by accident. It was happening fast, but no, it was good. It was a good job by on there. So Gerber with the ball here at the top of the key. Pass it into Jet Longwell. Pass over to William Cole. Ellis Weber checking into the game.
Nice
Gerber
pass.
with another pass from William Cole, and Gerber making another bucket. He's going to pick up Kidgel. Decker going to look to drive baseline. Swalstead with Ellis. Oh, Jet Longwell almost getting a steal there. Cody Bomengen getting in. Bobcats all over the ground. Some good hustle play here. Bobcats, good hustle there. Ball in their hands. Jet Longwell, tries to jump stop there, and ball gets knocked away, but ends up off of his hands. So, and for the first time for the Bobcats, number 54, Owen McCumber gets to check into the game. This will be his first time on the court for the Bobcats this year. 1:42 left, 74-45. Thiel will drive in. Thiel's shot is up and is good. Now William Cole bring the ball up, get it into Cody Bomengen. Canyon with the cut again on Tyler Kidgel. The ball gets knocked away by Tyler, ends up in Harris's hands. He'll pass it up to Decker. Owen McCumber takes the charge. Yay, that was awesome. So good play by Owen McCumber as he draws a charge there on Decker. Mason Decker with 2 fouls, so 2 charges there by the Bobcats. So again, you like to see that. Some hustle plays here at the end of the game, willing to get in there and toss it up. So Canyon Gerber over to Ellis Weber. Ellis pull-up jumper. Shot is up, no good. Swalstead with the rebound. Ellis Weber going to chase him down as he's going to guard him. Harris looking to set a screen. Passes over to Thiel. Thiel to Decker. Decker out to Kidgel. Kidgel will get it into Swalstead's hands. Drive it with the left hand over to Decker. Decker looking crossover move, tries to get in there. Ellis Weber gets his hand in there. Swalstead with a 3 deep and is good. So he's had knocked down a couple threes here in this quarter with but 8 points on the game to Kenyon Gerber from Ellis Weber. Looking for the play from Owen McCumber. Get him the ball, get him the ball. Cody wanting to get it to Ellis.
Well, Ellis could have dumped it to him.
Yeah,
Dang
he
it.
could have. Ball gets into Thiel's hands as he gets blocked. Shot is up, no good. Harris, Gerber, and Kidgel going. Swalstead with the 3 again. Shot is up, no good. Cody Bomengen trying to get in there for the rebound, unable to get it. Gets it there to Gerber. Gerber now driving hard up the court. Under 10 seconds left to Ellis Weber. Ellis,
Get it to him.
William Cole need to get it into Owen McCumber's hands. 3
seconds.
2, 1. Cody Bomengen's going to shoot the 3, and it's good on the buzzer. So knockdown for Cody Bomengen there at the end of the game here. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows Worland Warriors 77, Thermopolis Bobcats 48. We're going to take a quick timeout here. We'll be back for the Click It or Ticket post-game show right after this, and also the One Eye Buffalo post-game stats.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyomingen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stands.
All right, and welcome back to Bobcat Basketball. Kevin Gerber here alongside Travis Bomengen, and appreciate those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO, and those of you also streaming live on YouTube and WYO Today. Appreciate you spending some time with us this evening. Great game by the Lady Bobcats as they ended with a three-pointer on the buzzer to win 43-40. J.C. Owsley knocking the ball down, or knocking the shot down, so great game there. Followed up by a great first quarter by the Bobcats, only down 5 as they ended the first quarter. Really felt some good momentum coming their way, and then Worland just came out with a scoring barrage that just kind of knocked us down, and we just struggled to ever get back up, and outscoring us 32-14 in that quarter. Second half, I mean, really only got outscored 6 points in that, 16-10 in the third quarter, and then tied it up 13-13 in the fourth quarter. Now Worland didn't have to play a lot of their starters much past the halfway through the third quarter, and then they got their bench players in, and so it was good to still see the Bobcats come out and do some things as well. But as we kind of move forward here, Travis, I mean, what were some things that you saw as we need to move forward with this?
Well, the number one takeaway tonight is we got to control the turnovers.
Yeah.
We just had too many cross-court passes, bad passes on the transition. You know, where it's like we're trying to rush the pass, where, you know, you watch the discipline on the other side of the court. Those Warriors, I mean, they're crisp pass. They step to the ball, they get the ball, they turn. It's very intentional. And, you know, the shot quality is kind of the same thing. I think some of the shots where we're kind of moving across the middle, kind of always falling down or fading away versus going down, jump stop, straight up at the basket. Right. It's just a, you know, better shot percentage, you know, from that standpoint. So, you know, I'm just hopeful that, you know, they can kind of see that. I was a little disappointed with the energy on both sides of the ball. For us today. Hopeful tomorrow that since we're playing somebody who's kind of got similar numbers to us, that we can have a little bit better performance and going with a little bit more confidence. What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and I think, you know, there's a big difference when you're kind of flying around, but you're almost out of control versus playing fast but not hurrying. And I think that's kind of what we saw. Both teams play fast and they like to move and everything, but I really think Worland tonight, you know, they played fast, but they never hurried anything. Like you said, they were very aware of where their passes were going to go. They knew how they were going to throw them, and so that was a big difference. And yeah, we played Lander really close. Last time we played them, only a 9-point game, and that was actually without Cord Simmerall as well. So, you know, it'd be good to see them come, and Lander's been a hot and cold team too. Right. I mean, last week, you know, they Mountain View Buffaloes take them into overtime, you know, and they've only won 2 games and almost beat Lander. Lander ends up coming out of that one in overtime, and then they go and play Pinedale, who's been a really good team this year, and then beat them by 20. Right. So I don't know who we're going to see. I'd like to see, you know, the team that took Mountain View to overtime, but I don't know. And we played them really tough the last time, so maybe we'll go in with that confidence as well, looking to play them tough as well. So that's what I'm hoping for. As far as we go in with the Click It or Ticket post-game show, we'll talk about the post-game stats as well. So as far as the Warriors here, lots of scoring happened for them. Cade Weber ended up with 10 points. Brody Thiel ended up with 4 points. Mason Decker ended up with 2 coming in off the bench kind of late in the fourth quarter. Tyshawn Swalstead, he ended up with 8 points. Brock Duzanis ended up with 12. 19 for Owen Page, who just kind of played. He plays in off the bench as well, so he ended up with a lot of minutes. 19 for him to lead all scorers. 2 points for Brian Caballero. Court Gonzalez with 7, and Carter Clark ended up with 15. So, you know, they ended up with 9 guys getting in the books scoring today, and then they ended up having 4 in double digits as well. And so, you know, a good all-around game for them. They never had to worry about any foul trouble or anything like that. And like you said, that 32-point second quarter was huge for them, and they never really looked back after that. What do you have there for the Bobcats?
So with the Bobcats, one thing we do like to see is we did have 8 players on the scoreboard, and 3 of them with double digits or almost. Your leading scorer tonight was Zach Hasty, coming off the bench, played time in the second, third, and fourth quarter. Hit a 3, 1 free throw, and then the rest 2s. Number 2, which I'm excited to say, is McCoy Longwell. McCoy just has been struggling on that offensive end, but you know, only getting 2 and 4 points the last couple of weeks. So the fact he got 9, that's a lot closer to where we saw him at the beginning of the season. So hopefully we can build some momentum with that. Gavin Chimway had a good game tonight, scoring 8 points. He had those 2 threes in the third quarter, and then another shot in the fourth quarter. Then we had 3 players who scored 4 points. Canyon Gerber had 4. Hadley Johnson had 4. Cord Simmerall, unfortunately, only had 4. Cody Bomengen with that last second 3 had 5 points, and then rounding out was Jet Longwell. I think he had the first points of the game, and that was his only points of the game.
Yeah,
from
foul
that
trouble kind of
standpoint,
pulled
so
him out of the game, unfortunately, and he never really was able to get back into the flow of it. But he didn't foul out and played a tough game. So, again, thank you again to our stats, and that's the One Eye Buffalo stats of the game. And as far as players of the game, as we move forward and look at that, I think, you know, as a freshman coming in off the bench, I mean, you can't argue with how hard he played and had some big shots there. You know, like you said, in the second, third, and fourth quarter, played really well, ended up being the leading scorer for the game. So our Papa Murphy's player of the game goes to Zach Hasty. And then who do you see there for the Gatorade player of the game?
Gatorade player of the game, I'm going to give that to McCoy Longwell. You know, again, he's just been kind of struggling. He came in playing with a lot of passion and energy like he always does. You know, he struggled a little bit on the turnover margin, but the fact that he's nearing that double digits from that standpoint, I think he's earned that, and hopefully he's kind of getting back to where he was before, and we can kind of see him moving up the next couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations to Zach Hasty, Papa Murphy's player of the game, and McCoy Longwell is Gatorade player of the game. And for us, that will do it tonight. We will be in Lander tomorrow. Both we will be calling it, and also Sean and Ernie will be calling it for Lander. So you have a couple opportunities. Again, appreciate you spending some time with us. I'm Kevin Gerber. This is Travis Bomengen, and this is us signing off. And we will see you again tomorrow night. Have a great night.
Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center. It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.